This is that awkward part at the beginning where you don't know if it's working or not. It says green. I'm watching the chat. Can you guys see me? I think something's happening. Hold on, let me try listening to myself. That awkward part. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I'm live. Okay. Yeah, I think that's working. And I got a second monitor for the chat so I can see what you guys are saying on YouTube. Hey, and let me know if the mic's okay. I actually have two mics I can use. This is microphone 1. And then I have this microphone as well. So you guys tell me. The Yeti should be better. Right now I'm on my webcam. So let me change microphones back to the Yeti. And I'll see what you guys are saying. So that's on the Yeti mic now. So hopefully that one's better. I think my nephew would like a baby crib, says the visitor. And something got held for review. Mic's shit. Okay, so both mics are shit? That's not good. What if I get like closer? Is that better? I could shove the mic like right in my face. Second mic is better. You know what? Somebody told me that on Twitch. So let's switch back to the that's the webcam mic. So that's mic 2. Okay, so that's a Logitech. It's weird. Why would the Yeti be so bad? But my Logitech webcam right here is better. But anyway, that's not the point of the stream. The point is I haven't made a video in a few months, but I've been working on some pretty big projects. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you're all doing. And I wanted to do something kind of interesting. I wanted to go through all my old videos and talk about the kind of hidden stuff, like the special effects and little trickery that you guys haven't seen, because it's some of my favorite parts of making those videos, but I never get to talk about it. Yeah, see the chat saying the second mic is way better, so that's good. Anyway, I try to come up with cool tricks to make the videos work, but I never get to tell anyone about it. So I wanted to take this stream to do that and talk about some news and some Q&A, and then maybe later we might play some Jackbox. So we'll play like Quiplash, or there's a game where you can invent stuff. So the way that works is you guys can connect on your phones and you can actually play along. Though I don't know how long the delay is on YouTube, but hopefully that works. I wonder if I can change the delay settings right now, actually, or is it too late? Let me see. That's too late. I can't change it to low latency. It's on normal. We'll figure it out. We're going to make it work. So the first thing I got to do is see all these F's in the chats. So we could talk about that first. So the banana. So the banana has been dead. Clearer but quieter. I could turn my mic up. So the banana's been dead for almost a year, and I have some special news coming up about the banana. If you watch my Twitch stream, so I'm on Twitch as Useless Duck Company, or if you're in my Discord channel, and the invitation's in the description below, you probably know what I'm doing already, but I'm not ready to make a YouTube video about it yet, but it's going to be pretty big, and it's banana related, and I hope everybody likes it when it comes out. And there's another invention coming out with the baby burp-er, but I'm making some enhancements to it, so that's coming out in a couple weeks. And that video actually has my first sponsor, so it's my first paid sponsor in that video, so I'm pretty excited about that. That's like a move up for the channel. I'm having Shadow Ragdoll asking if I like memes. Yes, I like memes. I spend a lot of time on Imager looking at memes. Delay is 35 seconds. That's not great. Can you make a PewDiePie submachine? It's too. Didn't he make his Congrats T-Series video today? So he conceded, right? Banana the movie. Something like that. You guys will see. Okay, so let's talk about special effects and practical effects and the history of the useless duck. So we might have to turn off the music to get into that, actually. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. So way back 4 years ago, if you look at my oldest video, let me just pull a separate screen actually, so I can see OBS on the other screen. And I'll move my face over here so you guys can see your chats. 1 second, guys. Okay, so back 4 years ago, you'll see, and this will be really weird for you guys, but
hello guys,
there's my Arma tutorial. So I used to play a lot of Arma, And a long time ago, this channel wasn't called Useless Duck Company. It was just my name. And I had a lot of videos that I've hidden since I switched over to the Useless Duck Company. So like making a pizza, or I play a lot of this video game, Natural Selection 2. So, which I love that game. So I have tutorials on that, all these little things. And that actually got me into trouble with Reddit, but that's a different story. I left this one up because this is a highly rated review in Steam, in Arma, because they really do a bad job of explaining how the UAVs work. So I explain it here, and I just left it. But I feel weird about leaving it, because what the hell does this have to do with useless ducks? But that's all there is to say about that one. To go to the next one, this is kind of where it all started with bot making for me, is Halloween. So that's when I first started learning how to do mechanical stuff, is because I wanted to scare children. Just children being afraid was really important to me. Oh, thank you for the follow. That might be a Twitch follow. I don't know. I think my Twitch alerts get mixed up with alerts on YouTube. But yeah, so I just love Halloween. So this first effect is just a projector and a plastic drop cloth that I got at Home Depot. People thought we had hired actors to be in the garage. But where this really comes into robots is this box here with the clown. So what's going on here is there's a pneumatic piston inside and this Fright Props controller. That's the website I bought the kit from, Fright Props. And this is what taught me everything about how to use air pistons. And I love air pistons. I think there's a lot of comedy, like slapstick in them. How do you do the electronics for that? From there I learned how to use Arduino. But it all kind of started with this clown box that I made to scare children. I've got 65 people watching. Oh no, 69 or 65? Yeah, so that's from Fright Props, that kit. So that's just an air piston in a box, and it's a couple of relays on the box where you can, actually going to show a bit of it in the next video, where you can record a sequence and it will play it back. So I had a light bulb on one of the relays, and I had the air piston on the other one, and it will play music as well. So that's the clown laughing. The next one is where the Useless Duck Company was really born. That was my first viral video. So let's watch it real quick. It's really short.
So we've got our 12-volt power supply, a 12-volt wireless relay system with 2 relays. We've got an Arduino controlling a servo, which is near a duck.
This is important.
And then when we hit the wireless remote, and now you can squeak ducks from the bathroom.
This was really important to me at the time, being able to squeak ducks from anywhere in the office. But this was just me at work putting this together. And this is the Fright Props controller, the Peekaboo. So that's what was controlling that clown. And this was actually the remote trigger kit that came with that little relay set that's next to it. And then it just triggers some code I wrote in the Arduino to move a servo. Now this was crazy because somebody posted this to Reddit and it went to the front page and it got 1 million views in like a day and a half. And I see this happen to a lot of people on Reddit actually. Something just happens to go viral and then you have to dedicate your life to that. Like if someone, and I fall into that I guess, but I really love it. So somebody will make a video where it's like them doing a crazy dance. It goes viral. And for the next like 10 years, they got to make crazy dance videos or something like that on their YouTube channel. But this is where it all began. This is where it sparked it for me and it blew up into something big. There's no real trickery in this one. It's just a whole bunch of different parts connected together. But people loved it. I was finding reaction videos on Twitter and on YouTube. And I think it's just because it's so many parts. It looks so complicated. But I don't know, it works. It squeaks the duck. So let's see. We got the fabled useless duck. Squeaking ducks is very important. These ducks are not useless. So yeah, I mean, if it's not clear, this is why it's called the Useless Duck Company, because of this video where it all started. Another thing, I should mention this for in the future. This happens to a lot of people when they get their first viral video, is you get contacted by these third-party licensing companies. For this one, I got contacted by a company called Jukin Media. So what they do is they tell you that they'll give you some money, a little bit of money up front. It's like $300. Then they take a portion of your ad revenue and they promise you they're going to put it on TV. It's going to be on the news. And for someone who doesn't know what they're doing, it seems like a really great idea. I was naive and I said yes, but it turns out that's a really stupid idea. So if you guys ever get a popular video, do not license it to any third-party companies because it's going to hurt you. I'm going to get more into that later. Say hi to Nick. Oh my God. Are you from Canada? And if so, where? I'm in Toronto. Yeah, I'm from Canada. I was born in Winnipeg. Okay, let's talk about the next one. So the Milady hat.
Last week I made a video of a useless wireless
So this is we got to the front page of Reddit, the wireless duck. So I did a quick follow-up.
duck that became
Because this was a big meme at the time, was the Rage comics were really big, those Rage image macro memes. And there was a lot of them about guys tipping their hats and saying Milady. So this one's pretty short, so let's just watch it.
I made a video of a useless wireless duck that became pretty popular. The YouTube comments were flooded by Reddit trolls like Joffrey Benedict and Trilby McTip and many others, too many to count. They were all tipping their fedoras at me, always with the fedoras.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments about fedoras.
Reddit users that claims they're overweight nerds with neck beards who wear fedoras because they think it makes them look classy. And when they see a woman, they tip their fedora and say, "Milady." I thought a great way to fight back would be to steal one of their ideas for my next project. Here it is.
Milady. So it's a talking hat that says Milady. So a couple things to call out here is this was just filmed on, I think it's like an iPhone 3G. So we just did this with an iPhone. When I made the video, a lot of people thought I was holding like a vape in my hand here, but that's the wireless trigger that came with that Fright Props kit. So it's that thing that made the clown jump out and scare the kids. So that's hooked up to a wireless trigger that's all in the hat. Same thing. It's almost exactly the same as the useless duck from earlier. It's just that I put it all in a hat and then attached the servo so it would make the hat go Milady. And this one got really popular as well. So it was front page of Reddit. It used to be on the banner for like a year. It was on the banner at the top of the video subreddit. They had a still shot from this video. Yeah, so people like that one. And that's about the time, after I made that video, that's when I got contacted by Discovery Channel Canada. And they had a show called Daily Planet, which was canceled just a few months ago. And they wanted me to come on, and they wanted me to make something new. Can you do the banana video? Oh, I'm going to talk about them all. Oh, I'm not dead, says Google user. Remember when you were on Discovery Channel? I remember. Say jihad to Flubart. Baby burp-er is best. We're going to get to the baby burp-er. But yeah, so this is about the time when Discovery Channel contacted me and they wanted me to make something new. So I was at a bar with a bunch of friends and we were kind of spitballing ideas. It was me with Andrew and Grant, some guys that I worked with at the time. And we came up with the toilet paper machine. So I had 2 weeks to make this thing, and then Discovery Channel was going to come to my house and film this. Now, between the time while I was making it, I got in a car accident and I hurt my back pretty bad. And even just like doing weird kind of movements with my back. And I broke a rib and everything hurt quite a bit. So I had some buddies come over. I bought a bunch of pizza, a bunch of beer, and we put the thing together in like a day. Let's just watch it real quick. We can watch, maybe we'll skip through some of the long version.
Had a fight. The husband said the wife uses too much toilet paper.
So this part is true. It's my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and they actually were having fights living next door about too much toilet paper usage. So that part's real. Thank you for the $1, Monster Matt, DJMC Monster Matt. I appreciate it. Anyway, let's keep it going.
The perfect portion is 3 squares. I thought if I made a machine that served the perfect amount of toilet paper, that would really help them out.
Okay, so here's the test bathroom that I set up. The electric motor turns the toilet paper until you get the perfect portion, but you can't use toilet paper if it's still attached. So I made this cutting blade here, which I securely attached to this moving swing arm. And
so we can get into, see there's the duct tape here holding the knife on. I did have some, I'm not a crazy person, so there were some hose clamps under there as well, but
it works.
It was held on by duct tape.
Alright, that looks like a really good portion right there.
I love that so much. I love that I rip it off, but it's still me ripping the paper. It really just embedded the paper in the wall, which was not intended. Well, I'm not a scientist. I don't know, I make useless shit. but I don't really know what I'm doing. So when I dreamed this up, I thought that if you threw a knife, really sharp knife, into toilet paper, I thought it would cut it. But what I learned after making it is that you don't cut things that way. You cut things with like a shearing force when there's like two surfaces coming together like that, like a pair of scissors. So we tried so many knives. It was probably 6 hours of testing. And I'm like, oh my God, Discovery Channel's coming tomorrow. What the hell am I going to do? And this is about as good as it got. It really just shoved the paper in the wall, and then I'd have to rip it out of the wall, which actually I kind of like better, because that makes it extra shitty.
And then when you're done...
And that is a Glade air freshener that had, you could see the little button, micro switch on the front, but I just shoved some wires in it, and then I have a external button, so I kind of hacked into it, and then I can trigger it off of the Arduino to spray air freshener after it does the sequence. Yeah. I'm not a scientist. Truer words have never been spoken, says Ferdabip. And You Got on YouTube has a hidden message saying, please make a dildo bot. We're going to get to the bicycle pump robot in a bit. You'll see. Which I didn't intend to be like a dildo bot. Yeah, so I mean, Discovery Channel came after I made that, and we did the Milady hat, and we did the duck. Then they wanted to see the main event, the toilet paper machine.
Warning.
And
This...
oh, we're going to do that one yet.
Last week, my neighbor...
And it worked, but it took a lot of trial and error. And then we did some cool stuff with it. We actually made a fruit salad. So we attached a bunch of strings with like bananas and apples and stuff like that. And we would drive different knives into them to cut up the fruit. And actually ended up with a fruit salad at the end of it. Another question I got from a lot of people in this video, the comments, was why does this guy have a toilet in his kitchen? So this was at my mother-in-law's house. And they're Italian, and I guess, I don't know if this is just in Ontario, but it's a common thing in Italian homes to have a kitchen in the basement. I don't know what that's all about, but this is in the kitchen. And people wonder, why is there a toilet? And I always thought, that's a good question. Okay. Let's see what questions you guys have so far. Rip Banana, 2018 to 2018. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's banana news coming, so we may unrip, but we're going to see. Chill Knife. Please collab with Michael Reeves, says DJ MC Monster Matt. If Michael Reeves wants to make something, I'm up for that. That would be cool. We would just have to have like an idea, I guess. I actually have a really big robot that involves the baby, but it's like too big in scale for me to do by myself. I would have to bring in like Michael and William, or Michael, William, and Simone. If I had some like heavy hitters, especially Simone, because I think she has access to a lot of resources now. I think we could make it, but I'd have to convince them somehow. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, where are we? We made the toilet paper machine. Now, this is where things took kind of a weird turn. So, the useless wireless duck went to the front page of Reddit, and people really liked it. The Milady hat went to the front page of Reddit. People really liked it. The useless toilet paper machine got posted to videos and was removed by the mods. And I actually found out that my channel was banned from the video subreddit. And it wasn't officially banned, but it was effectively banned. So it wasn't like there was a rule in their system saying useless duck is banned from our platform. But if anybody posted a video, it would just be automatically removed by the spam bot. So I tried to post it. It was removed. I asked my friend to post it. And it got removed, and the mod sent him a message saying, we know it's you. So I don't know. That's a whole other story. There's actually a video in here about what happened, but I had to remove it, which is another whole other story. But basically, there was a time period for almost a year where if anybody posted a useless duck video, it would just be removed immediately, which was like a death sentence. It's all these channels like Simone's and Shitty Robots, or Electro Boom, or... Hydraulic Press channel, there's a period where you grow, where Reddit, like you get Reddit eyes on you. You get like the Reddit love for a bit, and you can kind of peak at you grab a certain amount of subscribers to get some momentum. And man, I just got killed really early on from that. And when I poked at the mods to try to figure out what was going on, it turned out it was twofold. Yeah, so it was about a year things were, because I see people chatting, you got on YouTube, well that's BS, why were you banned, Kyla Flynn. So it was two main reasons my videos were banned from Reddit for a year. One of them was my fault. One of them, I think the mods weren't being clear. So like I said earlier, when I did the useless wireless duck, I got contacted by Juke and Media, and they licensed the video. But I was like a dummy. It was my first popular video. I didn't know what was happening. Reddit had a secret. About a year and a half later, they put this as an official rule on the sub. But they had a secret rule at the time saying all channels that do third-party licensing are banned from the video subreddit. This is what I got back from the mods. So when I asked them, what's going on? How come my videos are banned? I thought you guys like my content. Even at the time, at the top banner, if you do the Wayback Machine, you'll see the useless hat was in the banner, like at the top. But you couldn't post any more of my videos. So I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So their mod got back to me and said, do you know who Juke and Media is? And that was my first indication. Oh shit, this has something to do with my licensing? So then they gave me more information saying they've had issues with these companies like Juke and Media. They license videos and then they spam Reddit. So Reddit got out of hand for the mods. So they had to put in a blanket rule where they would just ban channels if they did that. But it wasn't posted anywhere. It's public now, but at the time it wasn't in the rules. That's the part I think wasn't my fault. The part that was my fault was if you look at my videos, if you look at all my videos, so you have to see my hidden videos. Like I was saying earlier, I made videos for a long time, and I really liked Reddit. I've been on Reddit for over, I think it's 11 years now that I've been on it. But let me go through some of my older stuff. So like here, I made this, oh, where is it? I made Kerbal Space Program videos because I used to play in the beta for Kerbal Space Program. I made a Natural Selection 2 tutorial because I love that game. I made videos about this pizza oven, and I'd post these on Reddit before Useless Duck Company existed. So subreddits like R Pizza, I'd put it there because I wanted to engage. I wanted to make content. And the Natural Selection 2 sub, I posted it there, and they're like, oh, cool, they gave me some tips on how to do the tutorial better. What I found out, though, is that the Reddit spam bot tracks how many of your own videos you post. And there was a bug in the bot at the time as well. But for every one video you posted, you had to post 10 other YouTube videos, or else you'd get flagged. And I forget what the tool is called, but the mods had a tool where they'd click on your username and it would show a list of how many videos you posted. But it would only show how many of each channel. So it'd be like Useless Duck Company, 10 videos, and a long list of channels with one next to it. So even though I was still within the bounds, to them it looked like, oh, he posts 10 Useless Duck videos and only one of these other channels. So he's like a spammer, it was just a bug in that tool at the time. But it's my fault because I didn't realize I was breaking the rules. And if you look in the rules of Reddit, it says that it doesn't say you have to post 10 YouTube videos. It says you have to post 10 other pieces of content. So I was posting pictures and like memes. I'd make memes. I'd find pictures and GIFs, but that tool was only counting YouTube videos, which I didn't understand. So I thought it was remaining in the rules. I tried to catch up, but I wasn't. So it's the video subreddit is really aggressively against original content. All the other subs, you can make as many pictures as you want. You could take stuff from Imager and post it and GIFs. But original content, they're really insane about it because they don't want every YouTuber in the world to just be spamming the video subreddit. So they're very guarded. But I got some pretty nasty... I had a really nasty exchange with the mods. And it took me a lot of digging to get that answer. But yeah, it was about a year. And then I made a video kind of explaining it. And somehow my ban got lifted. That got posted to... It was one of my missing vlogs. That got posted to the video subreddit. And the mods saw that and they got pissed. And I was getting messages from the mods telling me that, like, I gotta delete this video. That's a whole other story. But yeah, so that's why I was banned for like a year. I didn't understand the rules correctly. I thought you could post pictures and that would count as content. But they're just really careful about video posting, which I get. They don't want to be flooded. But it was crazy. Simon Vance, do you have a 3D printer? Yep, I'm going to get to one of those videos soon. Thanks for the Reddit insight, says Daniel Ward. I hope I didn't ramble too long. But I just wanted to put some background. So that you'll see a gap in the videos for about a year there. And that's why. Because if anything was made, it would be removed. And Reddit is terrible at promoting stuff to new people to subscribe to. Reddit was really the way for people to discover new things. So that was just like a nail in the coffin, having that removed. Banana Man, bring him back, says Bob Fast. I love this channel, but I must go for like 30 minutes. Okay, visitor, thank you for visiting. Magic Man has a robot idea. Make a robot that when you play a note on the piano, it will play the same note an octave down on a different piano. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be neat. And Bass Stevens says, do you have kids? I don't have kids. My sister has kids, and a lot of people at my job have kids. So I try to make robots to help automate parenting, to help them. But sales on those robots hasn't been that great. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so we got here. I've been banned for a year. Then I made a little breakfast club thing. This is very short. If you guys have never seen The Breakfast Club, if you're too young, this will not make any sense. Yeah. This was just stupid. So this was, I was just trying to learn, I was teaching myself how to write a program on Windows that could communicate with an Arduino. And as a proof of concept, I made that stupid thing. Then we got to the baby crib. So if you guys haven't seen it, this is the automatic baby crib. So it'd play music, and then if the baby was still crying, it'd give it a shake. And, okay, so...
Hi guys!
I don't know who she is. Goddamn autoplay. Okay, so you see it's an air piston down in the bottom right. And, I actually wasn't really satisfied with it. People like it, and I like that the baby flies out. This is another one. I went back to Discovery Channel with the baby crib and with the cocktail shaking robot, which we'll get to soon. And it wasn't fast enough for me. And what I learned was instead of using these linear actuator pistons, you can get rotary pistons, which I bought now. It's a rack and pinion on air pressure. So I could have put that up on the top where it rocks. And I could have really shaked it, like a paint shaker. That's what I wanted when I imagined this, like a baby in a paint shaker. But sometimes that happens. Sometimes you realize that what you technically think in your head will work, when you try to actually make it, you're like, well, this won't work at all. So you have to adapt and figure out, well, how can I just make the baby get injured anyway? You know, that's the objective. The objective is to help. Matthew Clark says, no, it's fine. Oh, go to cinema mode. Is it theater mode? Like that. Okay, we'll play him in cinema mode. Okay, so that's the baby one. Then actually, the next one is when I first started getting picked up by press like Hackaday and Boing Boing. And this one I think was in Popular Science and Popular Mechanics. So some other magazines started to notice. So this is my Incognito lock.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike.
It's pretty short, so I'll just play it. I'll give you guys a rundown.
The CEO of the Useless Duck Company. I'd like to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far. I have a new product I'd like to show you today. It solves a problem for husbands. Let's face it, guys, sometimes when you're on your computer, you're doing something that you don't want your wife to see. Like shopping for her Christmas presents. If she found out what you were going to get her, it would ruin the surprise. Now most of us know that if you open Incognito mode, this will hide your browsing history so she can't see what you got for her. But what if she burst into the room while you were shopping? And even worse than that, what if she walked in right when you were checking out? To solve this problem, I connected my computer to an Arduino and then connected that to a servo that's attached to a lock. Then I wrote a program that checks all the browsers running on my computer, and if it finds one that's in incognito mode, it sends a signal to the Arduino to lock the door.
And Aiden.
Here's a demonstration. As you can see, when you open incognito mode, a signal gets sent to the Arduino and it locks the door. Now you can do your shopping, and a couple minutes later, when you're done, you can close the window and the door will unlock. Here it is one more time. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in one of these units, please let me know in the comments. I was thinking of a modified version I can make where I attach a loudspeaker that emits an alarm sound every time someone goes into incognito. I'm going to be testing that on my brother's computer next week. Please subscribe. If you'd like to see a toilet paper machine, please click right over.
Yeah, so what DJ MC Monster Matt pointed out is what most of the comments are, which was, why is your name in Amazon Hello Fap? And, you know, that's a good question.
Subscribe.
And I get a lot of comments about the giant bottle of Jergens and the tissue box. But, you know, this is for shopping. So this is real. A lot of these videos, like this one, if you look in the description, you can find a link to my GitHub account. And you can actually make this run. I think this was a Visual Studio project, so you'd have to download Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code first. But what it does is it searches all the processes running on your machine, and Chrome, when a Chrome process runs in incognito mode, there's a special flag that it adds. If it found that, it would do the lock. So this is, again, me learning, like, how do I make the computer talk to an Arduino? And how do I do it so my wife doesn't walk in on me when I'm shopping on the internet? Anderson Helms, hey, Useless Duck Company, love everything you do. Thanks. Are these private, says Bandage? No, this is a public on GitHub. You can go see, I think the link is still here. Yeah, here's the code on GitHub. If you go on my GitHub, I have the breakfast thing, the talking banana, the C# version, the Rick and Morty alarm, the kill switch, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's that one. Sell your own ducks. Please sell ducks. If I was gonna, what would you guys want? Like a duck that says Useless Duck on it? I tried to find a manufacturer that actually made the one with the hat, like the picture is originally from, and I looked on like AliExpress and stuff like that, but I couldn't find any. If you guys ever find a supplier that actually makes the one with the hat, please let me know on Discord or Twitter or something, and I'll order like 1,000 of them. I did order a lot of bananas, so I have a lot of foam bananas now. But like I said, there's an announcement coming later about the banana. Okay, that's the incognito lock. So this got picked up on like Hackaday and a lot of stuff. So I started getting noticed from there. Still not many subscribers though. I think at the time I had maybe 20,000 or 15,000 subscribers. Then I did a vlog. That's just me answering questions. And the sock removal app. So this one's really simple.
I created an Android app that removes your socks.
I kept using the
When
same
you're ready
songs.
to take off your socks, just open up the app and then click the Remove Socks button.
That's my dog Chewy, who's probably going to bark later tonight. And he's obsessed with socks.
That's enough. Give it back. You give it
That was
back
Bruno
now.
laughing, my cousin.
Come on.
He's going to come in.
You
I have a lot to say about
give
Bruno later on.
Okay, this is mine. Wah!
Okay, that's just cute. Not too much to say about that one. My dog took my socks off. Then we get to the cocktail shaker. This one I do have some stuff you guys probably didn't notice in the video to talk about. What's your Discord? If you look in the description, you should see a link to the Discord. There should be an invite link. Or if you go on some of my more recent videos, go to the description. I'll have Discord invite links there and you can join. It's about, I think about 900 people or so in there now. Ducks that do not squeak and do not float. Simply useless. Oh, just a duck that sinks like a brick? Like a solid duck? I should sell that. I was thinking about making an account on Etsy or eBay and selling just the bananas. Not talking. Like, I'll just make by hand a bunch of bananas and sell them as like a fundraiser for the channel. But do you guys think anybody would buy that? I'd have to sell it for like 10 or 15 bucks or something like that. But if anyone wants the banana... Can you make a talking banana bot plush that talks? See, we get to the banana. I'll chat more about that, but I have some ideas. But I don't know if anyone would just buy... Would anyone buy the banana if it didn't talk? Just as a squishy toy? I don't know. Okay, next is the cocktail shaker. This one's pretty short.
Sometimes when I'm on my computer, I like to have a drink, but shaking up a martini
using the
takes
same
too
song
much
still,
time and
damn.
energy. So I had an idea. What if I made a robot for my computer that could shake up a drink?
Here's the cocktail shaking robot that I made. When you're ready to use it, you just move it into position. Okay, so it looks good. And then it has a grip.
That's my crotch, just so you guys know.
Okay, that should work. So we just take the cocktail shaker and get it in there. There we go. And then we give it a shake.
I'm having like feelings about this because
Alright, once you've found the shaker cup, just go ahead and pour it out. And cheers, everybody.
Okay, so
The cocktail
one thing about
should
this
work.
cocktail shaker robot is, you see, I bought this plastic arm where you pull on the handle and the fingers open and close, right? And then I attached it, you could see here, with the hose clamp. What I did not expect, and what happened, was when I did a couple tests and it seemed okay, but I guess it was loosening up. So when I actually filmed the scene here, when it karate chops down, the hand becomes loose, and it's on a metal wire, so it becomes like a whip. But I measured out everything perfectly with it not with it stuck, so it wouldn't slap me in the dick. But when it broke off, it became longer, and it actually okay, just look. If you pay close attention, I'd like everyone on YouTube to look at my dick now, please. You'll see on that first karate chop, it actually it actually gets me.
So we just take the cocktail shaker,
Oh god.
get it in there.
So that's why my hands are like a death grip, because I tried to push myself back a bit. I was like, and it wasn't like I wasn't pressing a button. This was a recorded sequence that I recorded into the Arduino, so I couldn't stop it. Like, once it was going, it wasn't going to stop.
There we go. And then we give it a shake.
Until it was done its amount of, yeah. So it breaks, and it just whips me. Right. Yeah, so that's not supposed to be broken.
Alright, once you found
I was okay. Like, I recovered.
the shaker cup, just go ahead
But it was a
and
close
pour it
call.
out. And cheers, everybody.
Oh yeah, I should have done 0.25 speed. Now this one actually got me in a lot of trouble too, because here I am, I'm still in my mother-in-law's basement, where they have their basement kitchen. And when I first ran this machine, I needed it to pivot, and I needed it to not fly all over the place while it was doing the karate chopping. So right at the back, where the air piston is, I drilled a hole through the table, because it seemed like this kind of old kitchen table, and I needed it to stay stuck. So I drilled a hole through and put a bolt. What I found out later is that if you don't tell an Italian woman that you're going to be drilling holes into her kitchen tables, and then you do that, it's frowned upon. Is that the right? Yeah. But it worked. You know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get the clip. And in the end, it all worked out. But, okay. Shut up and play the video. I played it already. Okay, so we saw me get slapped in the dick. TV time is me just talking about when I went on Discovery. So this is when they came to my house. The only thing about here is there's no batteries in the hat. So there's actually an electrical cord coming out the back of my head in this version of it. Oh, and another thing about it is this is the first invention I ever patented. Because a lot of people on Reddit were messaging me saying they want to buy the hat. So this is the first thing. I have an official US registered patent for a moving hat that plays sounds. And I'm the holder of that patent, which is kind of cool. And I took it to ThinkGeek to see if they could productize it and work on it with me, and they wouldn't reply to me. So the idea kind of went nowhere.
Talks. Channel showed up. I had a couple friends over.
And then we did this, and we made our fruit salad. So I'm already kind of talking about this stuff, so we can skip that one. The TV time video was really good. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. You got to get your mom's consent to drilling holes into tables. Well, the good thing is that now I don't live with family anymore, so I can just drill into anything. Get all of these unlisted, please. Yeah, there are some that are unlisted. We can watch some secret videos later that you guys haven't seen. Some of them have quite a lot of views, and they're unlisted, and they still get comments, but they're secret. Next was the one I'm a little embarrassed about because I come off like a weeb. But when I first saw One Punch Man, I just really loved it so much. I just couldn't believe how good it was.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike.
I'll skip. This one's kind of long, but basically what I did was I made a glove
So for this, to the ones that he
where you
wears.
could put in a sensor to detect how much it bends and for pressure being applied from punching, and then I'd have it play sounds. So you can charge it up to start to play the theme, and then when you punched, it would go, one punch!
Check those things now.
But the comments, I didn't realize what a weeb I was going to come off as. I don't watch that much anime.
And turn it to play a
But I like One Punch Man. I really like it. Milko says, howdy, buddy. Hey, Milko. Do you have a cat? Isoham says, do you have a cat? If not, please get one. I don't have a cat, but I have the dog. Season 2 of One Punch Man is coming in April. Yeah, but I've seen some people saying that they're not too excited about the quality in the next One Punch Man. But yeah, I made that. I thought that was kind of cool. The next one's the sock removal robot. So this is where we get into stuff where I'm doing special effects and practical effects behind the scenes. And that's kind of why I'm doing the stream tonight, because I wanted to talk about those extra details that you guys haven't seen. So it's pretty short, so we can just watch this one. So we had the one earlier where my app would make a squeaky sound and my dog would take my sock off. So this was the follow-up.
But that takes off my socks. When you're ready to take off your sock, just place your foot in front of the robot and then tap the button. Okay, so the sock has been removed. That worked great. If you'd like to see more, I have a cocktail shaking robot.
I got a lot of flack for doing this thing with the dog. I don't find it that cringy, but there's a lot of Reddit comments saying that dog part was like cringe as hell. But I was just holding food off camera and he would look side to side.
Here, and I have a toilet paper machine here. Thanks for watching and please subscribe.
Anyway, okay, so what's going on here is here I am sitting and I've got the robot in front of me, right?
Take off your sock, just place your foot
and I stick my foot out
and then tap the button.
Now at this part, the foot up here, that's my real foot. So I have one pair of pants. That's my real foot. This is an entirely fake leg. It's just like newspaper and foam and stuff. And then my actual leg is off camera, off on the left here. So I'm kind of sitting with my legs kind of spread apart. And then I've got this fake leg that I'm just kind of holding on a stick in the middle. And then it comes and does the bite. Now this part, my cousin Bruno, my wife's cousin, is off camera, and what we did was we took 2 empty Coke bottles and we filled it full of red dye and all the red coloring and stuff, and I think there's like cranberry juice, everything we could find in the bottles, and we put hoses into caps, and I just had him squeeze like hell. So I'm yelling at him like, squeeze the damn thing, and then I had to edit the sound out later of like the crinkly bottle sound. And then you can hear, it sounds like, it doesn't sound like liquid hitting a floor. It sounds like liquid hitting plastic, which you can hear. So that's because in this scene here, you could see the plastic tarp in the background for a second there.
Okay, so the sock.
So I had that whole plastic tarp down on the whole floor, except for on the very tip. So that's all the blood flying across the room. Luckily, it didn't stain the floor, so I cleaned it up pretty quick. But that's how that whole sequence worked. So there's people off camera like squeezing bottles.
It's been removed.
Everything's like really cheap.
That worked great.
Like I get these effects done as cheap as I can.
If you'd like to see more, I have a cocktail shaking.
Kiwi says I won't sleep. Finest Josh says that is extremely spooky, lol. And Jerry Smith says egg. So I appreciate that, Jerry Smith. Thank you. Bass Steven says make a chicken fly robot wings. Well, birds are fake. Everybody knows that. And I don't know how to pronounce that. Error to Eco 90 says hi. One Punch Man is Charlie Brown's cousin. Okay, that's good to know. DJ MC Monster Man says he found a duck place that'll custom make the ducks. Ducksinthewindow.com. Okay, so I'll watch my video back later and I'll check that website out. Wait, was the foot upside down inside the leg? Upside down? I don't think so. No, that's right side up. This was like from the Halloween store. And what we did was we cut the foot here and we took the bloody stump that comes at the top of the leg and we hot glued it down here. And there's tubes. So the tubes run up the leg and come out the top of my pants. And those go out to Bruno with the 2-liter pop bottles to squeeze those. So that's how you do that special effect. So that one's pretty straightforward. We'll get to some more complicated ones. Air-powered bicycle pump.
You're far from home riding your bike when suddenly you realize you have a flat tire. What are you going to do?
One thing is, this is the only one I've done so far, or maybe the salad one is kind of like this, where I did it like a commercial. I thought it was okay. I don't know my voice is right for doing commercial voiceover, but it was kind of fun.
Riding your bike when suddenly you realize you have a flat tire. What are you going to do? You could try using one of those bicycle hand pumps, but they're complicated and they're hard to use. And when you finally get them figured out, they're exhausting. You need to stop doing things the hard way and start using the right tool for the job. Introducing the air-powered bicycle pump from the Useless Duck Company. The air-powered bicycle pump uses the power of compressed air to move a piston back and forth, which pumps the bicycle pump for you. Easy. When you're on the trail and have a flat tire, the first step is to charge up an air compressor.
Hi, Super MT.
Next, connect the air-powered bicycle pump to the compressor. Place the pump on the tire valve, and then relax while the pump does all the work. The air-powered bicycle pump can be used for cars as well. Why not surprise your neighbor by topping up his tires? When you see a bubble has formed on the side of the tire, that means it's full and you've done a good job. The air-powered bicycle pump, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
Yeah, so I saw a comment from Fertabip saying, I don't get the joke for this one either. It's because if you have an air compressor, you don't need an air pump. So you're using air to move a pump to make air to fill your tire. And you'd have to carry an air compressor around with you. But actually, what surprised me about this one's a pretty straightforward machine. But I had no intention at all to make it like a sexual thing. And the amount of like black dildo or sex machine jokes I got in the comments after this one, I was like, what? In my mind, I'm like, people are going to think this is funny. Why would you use air to move a pump to make air? But everyone's like, wow, that's a sex toy. Who would look at all the metal.
Place the pump on the tire valve, and then relax.
Like, look at these metal hose clamps right on the tip of it here. And people are like, yeah, that's for sex. I'm naive.
The air-powered bicycle pump can be used for cars as well. Why not surprise your neighbor by topping up his tires?
Oh, whoosh.
When you see a bubble has formed on the side of the tire, that means it's full and you've done a good job.
That part's just because I hit a pothole and I had a bubble and I thought I could use that in the video.
The air-powered bicycle pump, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
Yeah, nice. So the camera work, this is all done by Bruno. I showed him like how to do the camera whenever I'm in the scene, and then I'd film the rest of that. So that's that one. My main takeaway from that one is like, wow, people will find sex jokes in your stuff. Then we have Toilet Paper Machine version 2. It's a long video. I tried a different format a bit, like with this kind of intro like this.
Okay, the first thing I gotta do is clean up. Let's just clean it up.
Or whoosh. I like rubber duckies, they taste good.
This one here. There we go. And
so the idea is to improve the original toilet paper machine. So I added this piece of cardboard so the knife has something to go into. And I put the toilet paper the other way around, which made a lot of people really mad because you're not supposed to have the toilet paper facing the wall like that. But I had to for the cutting to work. But yeah, people didn't like that.
so it'd be closer to the wall. The third thing I did was I replaced the knife with a chainsaw. Test 1 of Toilet Paper Machine version 2.
No, Bruno's not the camera guy, but he did do a couple of them for me. I like the music in this one.
Okay, here's test number 2.
So, I love the music in that one. But one thing I got from this one is that people thought I just did the same test from 3 different angles. But this is actually 3 separate tests. I just replaced the cardboard, and I bought a whole bunch of these panels from Home Depot. These are like repair drywall panels. So that's why I have the clamps. So I could replace the bottom panel and then drive the chainsaw into it. So it is actually 3 tests.
Okay, and test number 3.
Also, it's because I only have one camera. Well, actually, no. That was my phone at the bottom, and then the camera at the top. Then I did this scene at the end where I'm talking with the saw, and I had the saw turn on. And how expensive is the average UDC video, says JMax. It's between $100 to $300. I try not to go over that. And now I try to stay with whatever my Patreon is. So my Patreon is about $100 a month. So I try to just use Patreon money. I have enough parts now that I could make new stuff with the parts that I have, unless I have to go do some laser cutting to make some custom pieces.
And then you've got your perfect.
So then I sat here and had the saw turn on.
Guys, Toilet Paper Machine version 2, 3 perfect portions of toilet paper. and it worked great.
So people thought that this was like digital or something, like I'm not actually sitting between the saw and the toilet paper, but I actually am. It's just a weird trick of the camera because the saw is like really flat, but I had it sitting right there, but the saw was like unplugged so it doesn't cut my head off.
Thanks for watching, guys.
I thought this one was a lot of fun. I still have that chainsaw somewhere. I use it later with the champagne bottle. Perfect. Okay, so Colin Gindle says poo-poo. Thank you, Colin. Jerry Smith talking about eggs again. And Spearvlog says birds. Also, pretty sure William's dead after drinking poison tea last week. Oh, okay. You should make a Brofist machine for National PewDiePie Day. Which day is National PewDiePie Day? I could make a Brofist machine, but I kind of did that with the Trump robot already. Man, I forgot how many videos I made. I don't even know how far we are. Okay. Okay, now we get into more tricky stuff, and where I started to get into some trouble with actually some backlash on YouTube. But here's the Pokeball hack.
Hello everyone, it's Mike from the Useless.
So this is when Pokemon Go was really big, and I tried to get a video out really quick to kind of capitalize on that. And what I did was I rooted my phone, and I wrote a script so that when I shook my phone, it would swipe for me on the screen, and it would do it so the ball was perfect, like every time.
Duck Company. Right now I'm obsessed with Pokemon Go, just like everybody else. I wanted to make the game better. Right now in the game, you have to use your finger to swipe to throw Pokeballs, but that doesn't really feel like throwing a ball to me. So I customized my phone outside of the game to use movement instead of swiping. You can see now when I'm on Reddit and I shake the phone, it swipes up to scroll. It also works in this drawing app. When I shake the accelerometer in the phone thinks I swiped up right here in the middle. This area is the perfect place for swiping up to throw a Pokeball. I haven't tried it on a real Pokemon yet, so let's go outside and find one and try it out. Okay, here's a Krabby that I found outside. Now instead of using my finger to throw the Pokeball,
why do you have Michael Reeves' number?
I'm going to use the accelerometer. As long as I move the phone enough, it should work. Pokeball, go! Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, we did it.
So that's
perfect.
A Nexus phone.
So we caught the Pokemon.
Which
it
is
worked.
smashed now.
Using the accelerometer that's inside the phone felt a lot more realistic. I hope you guys give it a try. Thank you for watching.
So this is one of the ones I really wanted to talk about, actually, because I was really happy with like I really thought out about how to do this without damaging any phones. How could I do this without hurting anything? And the entire effect took 3 phones. So this phone right here is my neighbor's phone. Which he had in perfect condition, so his phone was just fine. And then out here again,
that I found out.
So that's on the neighbor's phone.
Now instead of using my finger to throw the Pokeball, I'm going to use the accelerometer. As long as I move the phone enough, it should work.
Oh.
Pokeball.
Okay, so this phone I have in my hand here is I bought this on Craigslist for like 30 bucks. So a guy had a Nexus phone that was bricked. He couldn't get it to turn on. I don't know if he like dunked it in a pool or something like that. And he was selling it online. So now it's a different phone. So this is phone number 2.
Go!
Now this is switched out. So now this is phone number 3. This is my phone. So I had actually dropped my phone. I was actually borrowing a phone from a friend, so I dropped his phone. But let's not tell... Sorry, John. But this is my phone now that I go to pick up. So it's swapped out. And these cracks have been on my phone for like a few months. So I was kind of proud of myself for like figuring out that sequence, but it's something like you can't say it in the video, but that's why I wanted to do this tonight. So I'm going to go over the special stuff that you guys didn't know about.
Okay, we did.
And I caught it. Okay, great. April 29th is National PewDiePie Day. Okay. Westland says, bro, you were epic. Thanks, I appreciate it. Isoham, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Mike, you should do a collab with William Osman and have cameraman John record it. Okay, if I find a way to chat with William Osman and Michael Reeves, because I think they like live together now, I'll see what I can do. That's next element. Yeah, so yeah, it was John's phone that I smashed. Sorry about that, John. But I did it a few weeks earlier. Then the Meeseeks box. So remember I was talking about the cocktail shaking robot and how I drilled a hole in the table? So that comes into play here.
Mr. Meeseeks, look at me!
Hi, Mr. Meeseeks. Can you post this video to YouTube for me?
Ooh, yeah!
Also, you can use that macro recording software that I showed you if you want to do something like a curveball and...
I just want to die!
So that's a swear sensor. That's why I buzzed, because it's a thing to detect swearing. Okay, so this box I made, I just made the panels and had it printed on thick paper at Staples. And then I bought a cardboard cube at the hobby store, like Michael's. And I just glued the parts on there. And this button I got from the electronics store. I have a bunch of these buttons. And the way this works is, this is actually using a very small air piston. It would be smarter to do this with like a motor. But just to do this quick, I used the hole that I drilled in the table earlier. And it just uses a little piston. And then later, when he kills himself,
want to do something like a curveball and...
I just want to die!
So you can kind of see the piston right here. So I stuffed the box full of ducks. And the blue duck here, I have it somewhere around here. I shoved full of like toilet paper and stuff. So I can make it stick to the piston. So what it does is it basically launches that blue duck up. And that's what rips the whole box apart when he kills himself. And you see... This is a different Meeseeks character, too. I keep looking up, because I know I have them around here somewhere. There he is. He's got his little gun. That one was fun. J-Max says they have Discord servers. Okay, that's good to know. I'll take 10 of these boxes. Make a Kermit that sings Under Pressure by Queen, says Legion Bus. Oh, that's a good idea. I was thinking of making, because I've been watching a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts. I had an idea yesterday about making kind of an automatic Joe Rogan machine. Like, I don't know if they sell bobbleheads or anything of him online, but you could talk to it like a Google Assistant, but it would reply with phrases that he says. Like, you can ask him if something's real, and then you have Joe Rogan say, it's entirely possible, or one of his catchphrases. But I could do that with something else. I thought that'd be kind of cool. And then I was going to make a Raspberry Pi called Jamie that he can use to pull up pictures. So I'd be like, hey, Joe, show me pictures of ducks. And be like, hey, Jamie, pull that shit up. I'll just use one of his audio clips of him saying that. And I can make it output to a monitor, like a bunch of... It'll just do a search on Google image search and, like, pull the shit up. Or, like, a YouTube search. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But I need to find, like, a bobblehead or something of him. Earth is _ says tryhard. Ahaha, says Vitalish. And duckies are banana, says Brandon. How many ducks do you have? I probably have about 100 ducks, Spooky Boy. Okay, next. More secrets. Secret stuff. Then we did Meeseeks. This is the first one where I got backlash. Not Reddit. It's not me being banned from Reddit or anything, but just from the YouTube community. And I learned a lot about young kids on YouTube. So this is my second Pokemon hack for hatching eggs.
Hi everyone, it's Mike, the CEO of...
Let's just watch it, and I'll break down how I got in trouble. You see, look at the dislikes. 7.4K up, but 4.2K down. And there's a lot of I'm going to get to it, guys. There's a reason I got in trouble.
The useless duck
Let's
company.
check it
I have
out.
another invention to show you today. 8 weeks ago, I showed you how to modify your phone to make throwing Pokeballs much more realistic.
Pokeball, go!
Now, it's 2 months later, and I'm still playing Pokemon Go. I'm actually the only person in Canada still playing. And I think I figured out why so many people
that fad
left
died
the
out pretty
game.
quick. Though
think
I
it
still
has
see
to do
people
with the
play
eggs.
sometimes.
In the game, you get bonus Pokemon by hatching these eggs, but to do that, you have to walk long distances, and you have to keep the phone open to the game while you do that. Now, this has two problems. Number one is that keeping the game open drains the battery very quickly. And number two is that I don't like going for long walks. So I went online and I did some research into the type of gear that hikers and backpackers wear, something that would let me keep my hands free and let me move around for a long distance. An idea hit me and I came up with a new invention, the Pokemon Go harness. With this harness, you don't have to walk around with the phone in your hand, and with the solar panel, it keeps the phone charged. Also, the phone is securely attached to the harness so it could never move out of place. Just follow these 4 easy steps. Step 1, attach the charging cable to the phone.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Step 2, drive to the forest.
Okay.
Step 3, attach the Pokemon Go harness to your dog.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't see why I'm in trouble yet.
And step 4 is drive away.
Oh, Chewy.
Now, dogs are natural hunters. While your dog is walking around the forest looking for food, it will naturally rack up the kilometers that you need to hatch those eggs. Now, the longer you wait, the greater the chance of success. When you're ready, return to the forest, find your dog, and then collect your phone. And just like that,
Yeah, I got in
without having
trouble.
to walk a single kilometer, you've hatched all your Pokemon eggs. The Pokemon Go Harness, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
Okay, so like I showed you guys all the downvotes, right? I got in a lot of trouble. A lot of people really mad at me for this one, saying that you can't do this to your dog, because there's one part where I say here, like I return like 8 weeks later, right? They're like, you left your dog for 8 weeks for Pokemon? Like, no, I did not. And that's when I learned that, and looking at the analytics too, there's a pretty good young audience. And there was a lot of little kids looking up Pokemon tutorials at the time. I had to learn. Little kids do not understand sarcasm or like tongue-in-cheek stuff. They do not get it. I thought it was funny. So the way it works is here we filmed this part last. So I had taken my dog to get a haircut. So after the haircut, we filmed the part where I put him into the forest. So it actually plays in reverse order. Then in here, it's Bruno again doing the camera. So Bruno is there with my dog. I'm not going to just drive away from all my camera equipment and leave a dog there.
And step 4 is drive away.
But I dare you guys to go look at these comments. There's so many kids just pissed. I can't believe it. So we drive away.
Now, dogs are natural hunters.
Then we come back, say 8 weeks later.
When you're ready, return to the forest, find your dog.
Okay, see, we filmed this first. So we show it later in the video, but this is before I took him to get a haircut. So the idea is that it looked like he was gone for so long that his hair grew, but he also made himself a bow, he made arrows, and he built a quiver out of a leaf to put the arrows in. So it's obviously a joke, goddamn. But man, the backlash I got for that one. But it's one of those things, too, I like to share on a stream like this, like how we did that. I just thought, man, if we get his hair cut, that's like an extra layer on the gag to make it work.
So having to walk.
I really like this video, but I learned a lesson that day, for sure. Brandon says it's funny. Pigsley says this was one of my favorites, so I appreciate that. I still don't get these jokes, says Fur. Okay, anyway. I think he's trolling. Okay, then Chainsaw Hand Tutorial for Evil Dead. So this is at Halloween.
Hi everyone, it's Mike, the CEO of the Useless Duck Company.
There's not too much to call out about this one at the beginning. I'm just saying this is how you guys have ever seen Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. There's all my board games. This is in my board game room. But how can you make a chainsaw that fits on your hand? So I kind of explained the backstory.
The wires
and then I showed, actually made the modification. So I took a Dremel, cut everything up.
Step 2 is remove the back panel. I'm just going to cut it off using a saw. So the back.
I'm going to glue the parts on. When we get to, and this part I wish I'd done a little bit better, but this was my first time trying to do kind of a gory special effect.
It's really important that your arm
Here we
fits
go.
into the chainsaw properly, just like the way it does for Ash, or else you're just going to look silly. Place your arm down on a wooden crate, and you're going to want to cut your hand off in the exact same place that Ash did.
So this one should be pretty obvious. This is a hose, so there's a hose coming up my back and all the way down my sleeve. And then, I forget, I had one of my friends, it might have been my wife, off camera, pulling the button to get the blood to come out. And it looks like I'm really cutting my skin, because it's actually a dull blade on a saw, and I'm actually kind of moving my skin back and forth, but it's not actually cutting anything. And you'll notice that I still have my hands, just so I could be like really clear on that. Now this part I took a bunch of hamburger meat. I wish I had done this part better. So this is like the fake arm like I did with the leg earlier. And I had cut a hole to put my hand through the bottom of the box. It was very uncomfortable and very awkward to do this. But the hole was too big, so I had to press in hamburger meat. And this actually made kind of a mess to kind of cover it. But it doesn't really look like a cut off hand. It looks like a bunch of hamburger meat. So if I was going to do this again, I think I would have done the effect the same way, but I would have just cut it faster. But there you go.
And that brings us to the last step, step 6. You're going to want to duct tape your arm stub, and then you're done.
Perfect.
The Army of Darkness chainsaw hand, another tutorial from the Useless Duck Company.
Yeah, perfect.
Now hail the king, baby.
Oh, why did I say that? Fucking cringe lord. Okay, anyway. I don't need this hand anyway, says Brandon, and brilliantly disgusting, says Finest Josh. Yeah, it was kind of gross. I mean, it's raw, it's animal carcass meat. Kill
Hi
switch.
everyone, it's Mike from the Useless Duck Company. Has this ever happened to you?
So I made a system where you can use light to turn things off by smothering things to death with a pillow.
My computer has been crashing a lot lately and giving me this blue screen of death. I used to be able to hold this power button down to reset it, but lately it doesn't work. To solve this problem, I attached an Arduino to a power cord, and then I used some long cables to attach the other side to a sensor.
Where is
I'll show you
that?
how it works. Okay, so I've installed the power button on top of the computer, and using it
There
is
it is.
easy. Just take a standard pillow, and you're going to want to grip it tightly on both sides. Then just approach the computer slowly from the side, and then there you go. There you go, computer. No more tears. Only dreams now.
Where did I get that from? That was from a show.
And the computer's off. It also works for lamps and Christmas trees.
Yeah, this just works.
The kill switch, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
Though one part a lot of people missed was I did an extra part after the credits. I think a lot of people missed that part because they turned off the video at this part.
Another problem I've been having is my wife attached these bells to my dog, and he's been running around making a lot of noise. So again, what you want to do is just take the pillow, and you're just going to kind of press down. And then the pillow takes the bells right off, which is much better.
You know, I think I did that because people were still giving me so much shit about that Pokemon video. But anyway, yeah, so that works. That's just a photo sensor. And I got a power plug from like Adafruit where you send it 5 volts and it just has an internal relay to turn the power off to things. So that was a cool one. The useless salad machine. So this is where a viewer asked, oh, this one has some trickery in it. Actually, I have some
Hi, everyone,
changes
it's
I wish I'd made to this video too, but it's pretty short. So let's just watch it. I'll get some commentary.
Mike, the CEO of the Useless Duck Company. A couple weeks ago, I received a message over Twitter from user
Only dreams
Trishan33.
now.
He had an idea for a kitchen appliance. I thought it was
Vertico
kind of
says,
strange, but I figured
"Why did
with
you
my
make
new
rubber
3D
ducks?"
printer, I could make it. So Trishan, as you request.
Eric to go says, why did you make Rubber Ducks the mascot of your channel? It's because the first video that went viral, that kind of launched the channel, was a useless wireless duck. So I did everything based on ducks.
Requested, here's my new robot that tosses my salad. Let's take a look at how it works. At the top, we have a display and the controls. You use the red button to select a mode, then you use the green button to start the machine, then if needed, you can use the red button for an emergency stop.
This one was kind of cool because it was my first time, this is my first 3D printed robot. And actually, now that I look back at it, it was very stupid to 3D print this. And it took a long time. This was like 20 or 30 hours of printing to get all these parts. And you see the middle one was like all messed up, but I was just tired of it at the end. A smarter man would have done this with laser cutting, but I didn't know how to laser cut at the time. I learned that later. But this is also my first one where I learned how to use digital displays. So it's almost, it's like I'm slowly starting to make real products by accident. And the one that's the most real so far, I guess, is this one that tosses your salad. But nobody bought it.
To spoons, and those servos are attached to a middle crossbar that moves the spoons up and down. Then all we have to do is place a bowl underneath and we're ready to toss a salad. I'm going to chop up some vegetables and give you a demonstration of how it works.
Yep, vegetables.
First we're going to try mode 1, which is a simple salad toss.
See, I think I should have only done mode 1.
Okay, so that toss is about 5 feet. It's pretty good. Next, let's try mode 2, which is a more traditional way to toss a salad.
This actually, the motion of tossing a salad, this is another thing where I'm not an engineer, was much harder than I expected. To actually make something scoop up salad.
Finally, we're going to try mode 3, which is turbo mode. This is for heavier salads, like a taco salad.
Can you give the banana a camera?
Stop.
Okay, there's some things I wish I had changed about this video. The part where I say stop, I should just cut as soon as the fire came up. I think that makes it funnier. The way the fire works is actually, well, for one, the spoons move so fast that they set the salad on fire. For two is for dressing, I used quite a lot of lighter fluid. And one of my later videos, my Tide Pod security box that uses a taser, it's the same taser is in the bowl in this one. And I just edited out the tasing sound, and that sets the fire. But when I look back on this, just when I think about comedy, I think I should have just done mode 1 and just cut the video like right there. Like when I'm measuring it and say that's about 5 feet. But I just really wanted to set something on fire. I never used fire on my channel before. I just really wanted to do it.
Okay, so that toss is about 5 feet. It's pretty good.
A refund for Craig.
Next, let's try mode 2,
Yeah.
which is a more traditional way to toss a salad.
This one's just a waste of time.
Finally, we're gonna try mode.
Yeah. So you can kind of see my hand at the back. It pressed the button to set the fire.
Stop.
I just really wanted to make fire, but then I kind of learned something from that, is that you have to do something for it to be funny, not just for the effect. You have to put the funny first and not the effect first. So yeah, if I could take it back, I probably wouldn't do the fire part, but it's done. And there's the bowl. The bowl's actually, there's little flames on the bowl, like in the top corner there. It was actually still on fire.
Tosser, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
Now, I did a vlog video after this about how I brought my salad tosser on Useless Duck Company. Oh, not Useless Duck Company, but on Discovery Channel on Daily Planet. And I'll go into detail there about how they didn't want me to make any sex jokes about salad tossing. But I was like, why did you ask me on? You know the robot is for tossing salad. Like, why have me on then? It didn't make any sense, but whatever. Lucy says, so you taught taser to salad. Yes. Legion Bus says, where did you buy a foam banana? I want one. I may be selling some soon. Keep an eye out for that. Instead of foam, can you make the banana plastic and hollow? I mean, I guess you could make it out of anything you want. If you were going to make it custom, you'd want it plastic with like a hinge at the back for the mouth to open and close. And toasty salad. Okay. What is after tossing? So I tossed salad in front of everybody. Then I did the Rick and Morty alarm.
Hi, it's
Which actually ThinkGeek ripped off. I mentioned ThinkGeek earlier. I tried to do my hat project with them, and I was trying to, because I patented the Milady hat. And for their April Fools last year, they made this exact product that I made right here.
Mike, the CEO of the Useless Duck Company. Do you ever lose track of time? The other day, I was busy on my computer when I heard a notification.
It's this one. So it's from the Rick and Morty episode where they go to the planet that has the screaming sun. And this is on my GitHub, so you could download this if you want. And when the alarm goes off, it wakes you up like this.
It goes for 10 minutes. Then I thought if it works for the computer, it should.
And then here I have a portable version that you could put in your bedroom. So I think if I even look it up, they went and made the exact same thing. Theirs looks a little more professional. But I thought that was kind of weird, because it was after I made my thing, like a few months later, they made the exact same thing. I had funny feelings about that, but I guess it's an obvious gag because it's a sun that rises, so it'd be easy for another person to think of the same thing, but it was pretty weird. Useless is the best type of invention, says Atomic Atom. Yeah. Not useless, would wake me up. That's true. I've accidentally made some things sometimes that are useful. Like the Fortnite one was a little too useful. But it was Fortnite, so it's not that useful. Okay, the Donald Trump one. This is the first time I got on CNN.
Hey guys, it's Mike, the CEO of the Useless Duck Company. By now you've probably seen the videos of Donald Trump's handshake.
I can skip ahead, but it's about he was shaking people's hands in a really aggressive way. So I tried to make a robot to figure out how do you defeat that type of grab and pull handshake. This one I made really quick. This took me like 2 or 3 days. I was so excited to make it. I just started just building shit like as fast as I could because it was actually a pretty simple machine.
Once the time is reached, methods and
so there it is. So this is, I bought a big plastic tube from Home Depot and I cut it up. So there's like a plastic skeleton, like a square, and some angled pieces to hold them up. And I went to Staples and I had them print these giant Trump heads for me that I put on popsicle sticks. That was kind of funny actually when I went to Staples. I'm like, I need these like ASAP. Like, please print me these heads. And the hand.
could find a way to defeat his handshake.
And it's an air piston behind his elbow
Okay,
there.
first we'll try regular handshake.
There's one of these you can actually hear me like kind of say fuck under my breath because it actually almost ripped my arm like out of the socket. It's where I interlock my fingers with his hand.
Hand on shoulder. Gentle touch. Locking fingers.
Yeah,
Hand
that one
holding
hurt.
chest.
That one hurt my shoulder.
Okay, I'm gonna try squeezing
The
his hand
GitHub
really
is in
hard.
the description of some of these, not this one. I see that comment from Vex. Give me your GitHub.
So I tried a bunch of methods, and so far I haven't found anything that works to counter the handshake that Donald Trump does. But I thought this might happen, so I actually have a backup plan. It's possible that Donald Trump is actually not very good at shaking hands, and if this is the case, he'll need an alternative. I think that Donald Trump
Yeah, this
should
part
do
coming
a
up I got
fist
some
bump
flack for.
instead of a handshake. A fist bump is very simple. You just bump your fist.
So to answer the comments, yes, I bumped my own fist. I got quite a lot of forever alone comments and memes on that one. But yes, I had to fist bump myself. You know, I'd do anything for the video.
Against another person's fist, and then you're done.
I mean, it's kind of sad, I guess.
So to test this theory, to see if I'm right, I went to the store and I bought this rubber fist. This fist is the perfect size and shape for fist bumping someone.
So I went to the store, like I just said, and I bought that rubber fist. I tried very hard to explain to the clerk. There was like a young woman. I tried to explain to her, like, listen, it's not for me. It's for a Donald Trump robot. I tried really hard to explain. She was actually fascinated by it. And I had a conversation with her while I was checking out to pay for it about like Arduinos and what she could do if she wants to learn robotics and stuff like that. But I don't know. It was a very strange exchange. But I got the fist.
Somebody. Let's take this and attach it to Donald Trump and see how it works.
I have it somewhere around here, actually. Where's that fist? But I'm trying to explain to her, like, it's not what you think. I'm just making a robot. Like a robot
feels
that
really
goes like
nice. I
this.
think we solved the
You know, it's
problem.
not for me. It's just this thing, air piston. But
The Donald Trump
it.
fist bump robot. Another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
yeah, so one thing a lot of people didn't notice, one gag I really wanted to do is when I'm fist bumping him here, so you see his face changes. So there's his face here. He's got his normal face. And then I pan the camera down, and my wife is off camera, and she does the quick face change. And then it comes up to his new face. But I think a lot of people didn't catch that because it's pretty quick.
So this feels really nice. I think we solved the problem.
I have that. Where's that rubber fist? Yeah. I have a bunch of my old robot parts here. So there's like the shaker cup, and for the birthday cake video, and the thing that took my socks off, and the baby bottle, gives it to the baby. But I also have the fist. And I had a buddy come over maybe like 2-3 weeks after the video came out. And I'm like, look, here's the robot. You got to see this. So I took the fist and I said it feels kind of weird and rubbery. So I handed it to him to touch. And I didn't realize, I don't know what this rubber is made out of, but it like sweats a bit. So it's got some layer of like slime. I don't know what that is. So I had this guy come over and he touched my slimy rubber fist. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things happen when you get into this type of hobby. Okay, then we finished the fisting. You can kind of see how I built it here. So there's that plastic frame, and I used duct tape. And I built out the arm with some foam, and it's just a pillow for his chest. And the head is like a big popsicle stick with his face printed out on it. You gotta wash those fists between uses. Yeah, I guess so.
Avoid shaking hands whenever possible.
Yeah, that's I was surprised about that fist. Yeah, so that was another one where my dad was in Florida at the time. In Canada, they call them snowbirds. So in the summertime, they're up here in Canada, but you can live in the States for 6 months without having to be a resident and then come back. So a lot of people who are retired, they go down to Florida. And I hadn't have talked to him for like a couple months, and then he called me because they played that Donald Trump robot on CNN. They were talking about my robot on CNN, and he was just in his living room and it came on. So he called me. He's like, "Son," he's like, "Son, why are you on CNN with a Donald Trump robot with a rubber fist?" I thought that's one of the cool moments of my life. It's one of the things that's really fun that comes out of something like
Hi everyone,
this.
it's Mike. This
Not where you have to explain to your father, like, "Father, please understand," but that it just pops up on TV like that.
CEO of the Useless Duck Company. If you follow my channel, you'll know that back in 2015, I created a wireless...
So this one is one of my favorite videos. I really love this one, the baby bottle robot. And the idea originally came out of, I was talking about robot ideas with my wife. And she pitched an idea about a robot that squirts milk at a baby. So it would like move the bottle and like squirt milk out and hit the baby in the face. But I thought it would be a lot... I saw it in my head. I could picture it would be a lot funnier if it actually hit the thing. Because a lot of comedy, it's about timing, but a lot of it is just about surprise. It's almost like a jump scare in a horror movie. So you need that sudden surprise of something happening. And one thing I learned, since I mentioned like an hour ago, we were chatting about Reddit and my 1-year ban from Reddit, because what happened with the mods was I always try to craft my videos so there's a portion of it that could be gifable, which sometimes helps me, sometimes hurts me. But there has to be a 15-second portion that can work essentially as a silent movie. Like you're going back into the days of silent films. Somebody has to be on Imager or on Reddit, see this thing on their phone and think it's funny with like no sound or context whatsoever. So that's how I designed the punchline part of this video.
Line. So today I've made a new invention that solves a problem for families. I did a lot of research and I learned that babies will make a lot of noise every few hours because they're hungry. And
this was kind of cool too, this augmented reality tracking to help explain the issue. So you could do this in After Effects. It's called a 3D tracking camera. And then you can take video clips or still images and drag them into the 3D plane. So that's what I did here.
They want to be fed. So to solve this problem and help the parents, I created this cell phone app. And when you tap on the bottle, it activates a robot that will feed the baby. I'll show you how it works. So I have the app open. To start the robot, I just have to tap on the bottle.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so that worked great. The baby has its bottle. At this point, it should no longer be complaining about food. And after using the robot for a few weeks, the baby should start to make less noise. The Baby Bottle Bot, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
And you can see how this is something I like to do as well if I can, is put a time lapse of how I built the thing. Because I've seen some videos of like funny robots and stuff online, but it never shows them actually making it. And I think it's better if you could show, because I'll stream on Twitch too. So when I make these things, I'm on Twitch. So it's all recorded there. But I think it adds something to it if people could see like the process of like making the thing. So this video is where I learned a lot about freebooting. So freebooting is where people steal your... I was thinking about making a whole separate video on this, but then I didn't want to because it's kind of a downer. That and the Reddit ban is kind of a downer. But this video got stolen a lot. And I learned that, because it says Useless Duck Company at the bottom of the video, people would put it on Instagram or on Facebook, but they just crop out the bottom part, which would drive me nuts, because I get you want to take my video, but you should at least give credit. And if you're not going to give credit in the description, like, why crop out my name? It's extra work. Like, they did more work. They put an extra effort to remove credit. When I made it effortless, they could have just posted the video. That always drives me nuts. And I've seen other people take it and make remixes and memes. I saw someone commented here saying that they made a meme with it. So I've seen somebody did like a Falcon Punch meme and all this stuff, but they leave my credit. I love it. You want to take something I made and like remix it, it's awesome. But when people just take it and slap their own logo on it and cut off my logo, it just drives me nuts. The worst case I had that really upset me was there's this group online called Smosh. So Smosh took the video and they cropped my name off. and they made it blow up on Twitter. It went huge. Even Elon Musk liked it. So if you go to Elon Musk's Twitter, you'd have to go back quite a ways now, but if you go on his Twitter, you can see his likes. And you'll see he liked my baby bottle video. And I love Elon Musk, but my no credit was given and my logo was removed. So he has no idea who I am or who made that content. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it just irks me. Like, so I messaged Smosh saying, like, please take this down. They had it on their Facebook as well. So I went to go do a takedown request on Facebook. And the way it works on Facebook is you could put a takedown request. I learned a lot about the process. You could put a takedown request. It takes about 1 week. And then they'll take the video down. But the page that posts it gets to keep the ad revenue. So when you get a page that's big enough on Facebook, you get partnered, like Lad Bible and Unilad and all that stuff. You get big enough, they give you money for all these views. So I guess, yeah, someone's saying Smosh is dead now. But you get money for all these views. When you do a takedown through Facebook, the page gets to keep the money. Then I found out Facebook has they have a program where content creators can upload their video clips. Facebook will automatically detect people uploading your stuff and either remove it or they'll direct the ad revenue to you. I found, just by looking around, this baby bottle robot well over 1 billion views on Facebook. So that would be like life-changing to me if I could get the Facebook ad revenue for my stuff. So I applied and Facebook declined me. They said that I'm not big enough and I'm not allowed access to the app. So I could take stuff down, but the other people get to keep the money, and I'm not allowed to use their program to remove stuff. In the end, at least your stuff makes people laugh, which is good. And so a lot of people make art and like nobody ever sees it. So it makes me happy. Thank you for the follow. It makes me happy that people like what I do, but it's just the idea that people put an effort to remove credit. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand at all. And that Elon Musk doesn't know who I am, but he liked my video. So I don't know, I have that. But yeah, fucking Facebook, man. Facebook, and you get messages from pages like Unilad or Lad Bible, and they ask you, they want to post your videos. So you say, okay, you could post my video, but in the description, you have to put a link to my YouTube channel. And they won't do it because the Facebook algorithm suppresses posts that have links to YouTube because they want you to stay in platform. So they're aggressively against the sharing of YouTube videos, which I notice on my own page. So I have a Facebook page, Useless Duck Company. I think it's about 50,000 or 60,000 followers. If I post a YouTube video to my page, it goes to maybe 900 people. Facebook will not share it. They give you an option. I could pay Facebook money. It's called boosting, and maybe they'll share it to some of them. But Facebook won't share YouTube videos. You have to upload it as a Facebook video, and if you put in the description the YouTube link, they won't share it. You have to upload a Facebook video, and then in the comments, you can link YouTube, and it's okay. That's how aggressive Facebook is just toxic and just death to YouTubers. And it's just trash. I hate Facebook so much. It'd be fine if these big pages want to make money off my stuff, but they direct people to subscribe to me. That's pretty cool. That's fine. Or they could give me some of the ad revenue because I made the content. But the way Facebook suppresses stuff is just bullshit. And this is my video where I learned that. This is the video where I really learned about freebooting and like how far it goes. Okay, that's a rant. So let's just watch the baby get punched more times because I just ranted for a while.
So I have the app open to start the robot. I just have to tap on the bottle.
Thank you for the follow. I don't know if that's a subscribe or follow on Twitch. There we go. Baby goes down. This too, I had a lot of trouble with the way I designed this. In the middle, there's a servo in the middle. I keep forgetting you guys can't see where I'm pointing on the screen, but there's a servo in the middle that lifts the arm up and down. And when there was milk in the bottle, it was just too heavy for it to lift. So I put it in over voltage. Monster Matt says $2 for the lost revenue. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So what I did was, it's supposed to be 5 volts, but I was putting like 12 volts into that thing, and it was getting really hot. At one point, it was, I think it was about 170 Fahrenheit. I put, I have like a temperature sensor for meat. I put it on there. It was like 170, almost 200 Fahrenheit. I was like way overcooking that thing. So what I ended up doing was in the milk bottle here, I 3D printed a white puck that you guys can't see because it's submerged in the milk, but it's waterproof and it displaces the milk. So most of this is actually hollow, you see here, and you can't see it, but inside the milk there's a white puck making it way less because now it's mostly air, but there's milk around the top and the sides, and that made it work. So that's like another secret thing you guys wouldn't know from watching the video. And down goes the baby. And that's my favorite part, when it drops the bottle.
Okay, so that worked great. The baby has its bottle.
15 fake account. Can you cheat system by asking them to post your Patreon link? I don't think they would. These pages have no interest in like helping you. They just have to get Facebook ad revenue on their pages.
At this point, it should no longer be.
Can you see the plastic there? No, I don't think you can see the puck.
And after
but,
using
yeah,
the
that's how it
robot for
worked.
a few weeks, the baby should start to make less noise.
Yes.
The Duck Company.
Yeah. And I have that bottle here. I took the thing out since, but I still have the bottle and the whole arm assembly and stuff. And you can see me putting it together there. Okay. Next one, behind the scenes, secret information. Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty baby, says Brandon. Java, says Kiwi. All programs Notepad++. Oh, nothing's in Java. I learned Java a long time ago, but I use mostly C#, and the language for Arduino I think is close to C++. I think that's what it's closest to. Okay, so now we've punched a baby in the face, which is one of my favorite videos. Next we do the baby bottle, or not the baby bottle, the champagne bottle opener.
I invented a robot that opens champagne. To start it, just tap on the bottle.
I love that one.
Okay, so the bottle is open. That worked great.
So this is one of the first videos where I live streamed like the money shot on Twitch, and that was a lot of fun. Except I don't know if I have the clips on here. I think I have it on Twitch. There's one of the original takes. It failed, and it was just bouncing on the bottle and slowly grinding away at it. It's here. Yeah, so it's still on Twitch. So this is people on Twitch for watching it here. And you can see the chainsaw didn't quite make it.
Phone's recording. Phone's only at 15% battery, so we gotta go.
Let me skip ahead a bit. Oh god, it's very loud. This is like this is gonna be some ear rape. You can actually see sparks start coming out of it. I know it's loud. So it was like, I didn't realize how tough this bottle would be. It was like, this was my first try to cut the bottle with a chainsaw, but it was like slowly grinding into the glass, but it was taking too long. So I had to kind of mash that metal neck back onto it, that little sleeve, and then try it again. And I turned up the pressure on the air piston, so it's kind of a mix of like chainsaw cutting and like karate chop. To get the thing open. But that was terrifying. And I had no idea how much pressure was actually in a champagne bottle, because that thing blew the fuck up. There was glass all over the condo. I could have sliced my neck right open, because there was huge, massive, heavy chunks. The glass was much thicker than I expected. That flew. It was like a full grenade going off everywhere. It was like for a month I was finding pretty substantial chunks of glass. So it was actually a lot more dangerous. Don't do this, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you guys have chainsaws at home and champagne, don't mix them. Don't use that. But yeah. And then in the final product, it worked. I just had to turn up the speed a bit. But man. Yeah, I know it was loud, guys. Sorry. Back guy, have you ever used Blender before? I tried to use Blender because my next video for the baby burp-er, it's an enhancement. I guess I'll tell you guys. The next one is an upgrade where it's going to wipe the baby's butt. And there's a 3D sequence I wanted, but Blender was kicking my ass. I found it was really not intuitive. And it was hard to learn all the keyboard shortcuts, so I used a different 3D program for that. Arduino or Raspberry Pi? Mostly I use the Arduino, but if I need to connect to the internet to do something, I use the Raspberry Pi. I find the Arduino more convenient because it has 5-volt I/O ports, where the Raspberry Pi is 3.3 volts, and for some of my sensors and stuff, I'd have to step the voltage up, which I find to be not convenient. Peter Sebo. This is Sebo. I'm going to see you at work tomorrow. What are you doing here, Sebo? Dude, people die by getting hit by corks every year, or so the internet has told me. Great. Peter, what are you doing here? Instruction unclear. Severed artery, says Daniel Ward. Anyway, yeah, it's just really fucking dangerous, guys. Careful when you open champagne bottles with chainsaws. Look at this huge chunk of glass. This was like flying past my neck. It was not good. I can confirm Blender is not user-friendly, says Fertibit. I think it's one of those things where you have to, once you wrap your mind around it, it's kind of like using Vim or something. There's very advanced text editors where someone really knows it. They look like some kind of magician with all the keyboard shortcuts. I'm assuming Blender's kind of like that, but to a first-time user, that learning curve is like, what the fuck is this? It's not approachable, I think, to new users. There was like some monkey head, and I could make it change colors. That was about it. You should make a robot that subscribes to PewDiePie, takes you to PewDiePie's channel, says Justin Exists. I like I said earlier, I thought he conceded. Anyway, I think that's the only other behind-the-scenes thing here for this video is it's the first thing I tried to use metal. So I made this aluminum box, and that was really hard. I bought this jigsaw, no, not jigsaw, it was a this reciprocating saw, skill saw thing. Not skill saw, I forget what it's called. But it was like a mini bandsaw, but instead of moving around a band, it just reciprocates up and down, and you attach it to a Dremel. So it's like a Dremel accessory. And they said on the box it could cut thin pieces of aluminum. Those things would just smash, like the bits would just break. It had no chance. So I did a lot of this just with the circular Dremel. It took a long time, or by hand. So until I get better equipment, I'm probably not going to use metal like that again. SIBO. Tom, I'm not going to say it. Helmbrecht. If you say hi to me, I will be happy. Hello, Tom. Scroll saw. That's it. It's a scroll saw for a Dremel. And I have like a really strong Dremel, but not good for aluminum. Probably good for like balsa wood. I don't know. You can get a proper one, but the one I got was not good. The one I got was hokey. Okay, phone alarm robot. Where do you usually get your robot supply? I get stuff off AliExpress, and there's some hobby shops in Toronto.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike.
This one I liked, but I think the comedy, like the idea behind it, didn't convey the way I wanted.
CEO of the Useless Duck Company. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I make a lot of products for families and other people. This time, I wanted to make something for myself that solves a problem that I...
Eric Tico says, when will you put the banana on your store? So I have a banana announcement that's coming up.
I've been having. So
we'll
come with me to my workshop and I'll show you the problem.
I got a message, Peter, over here. Oh, this part I actually had a lot of arguments with my friends about. I wanted to do a really long, awkward intro with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood music. And my original version of the intro was about 3 times as long, and I loved it. It was just stupid. And it was just a waste of time. It was like one of those really long gags on Family Guy when he's like grabbing at his knee. I don't know.
So come with me to my workshop.
I had originally, like I said, it was like almost 3 minutes long. You'd have to skip ahead.
Okay, so for a while now, I've been having trouble waking
Yeah,
up.
I had, in the longer version, I cleaned the whole table with the baby, and then I think I just threw the baby away, or something like that. Dominic, have you ever got cut by your tools? I did. I tried really, really hard to not get shocked by the Tide Pod robot thing, but I ended up doing it. Even though I unplugged it, it still had a charge, and I touched the tip of the taser, and it discharged, and that was not good.
up in the morning. Lately, it's been getting a little worse as I've been staying up late. And
Yeah, my
straining
workshop's
my
right here.
robot builds. For years now, I've tried to solve this by setting many alarms on my phone.
So this is actually true for me. I have trouble. I'm like a night person, so I have trouble waking up. So I did. I have like a bunch of alarms in the morning.
This sort of works, but
So
I
this
ended
is like
up
a real
just
solution
waking
for
up
me. How do I
after
fix
every
that
alarm
problem?
and just turning it off, and then just feeling like I had a really crappy sleep. I figured I should invent something to fix the problem. So I jumped on the computer and I came up with a design for a new robot.
This is the first thing I designed too that uses gears.
I
think I still have that.
And then all that was left was to put it together.
Yeah, I still have it here. With the little first thing I did with the stepper
And here
motor.
it is, my 3D printed phone alarm
And first
robot.
thing with
I'll
gears,
attach it to a base that holds
which
my
was
phone,
cool.
and then show you how it works. So here's the robot attached to the base. It's powered by a stepper motor that's connected to a stepper motor controller at the back here, which is plugged into an Arduino. There's also a microphone on the side of the base, which is also connected to the Arduino. So the robot's powered up, and now every time the microphone hears a loud sound, it triggers the robot. I've been using this for a few days now, and it works great. Last night, I even set up my bedroom camera so you could see the action yourself.
So behind the scenes thing, I guess, this is not my bedroom. This is the hallway right here. And I just moved a bedside table in there. And I had a friend control the lights on the other side of the curtain so it would look like different times a day. Yeah, it actually worked pretty well. It solved my entire alarm problem.
Since I started using the alarm robot, I've been feeling more rested, I've been sleeping for longer hours, and I don't have that groggy feeling in the morning anymore. The phone alarm robot, another invention from the Useless Duck Company.
I have some questions. Where's the banana stream? Says Happy Swedish Guy. He's on Twitch. You go to Useless Duck Company on Twitch. And actually, I'll show you guys something. I was going to get to this later. But here's the banana. Right here. And you notice he has a start button and some test buttons. And I have a special announcement about this banana you see right here that's coming up in the future. But I got to finish it first. If you go on my Discord, you'll see what it is. But special banana stuff. There's perfectly 69 viewers right now. That's exactly what I was going for. I saw one question somewhere. Do you like using Visual Studio Code? I don't use it often, but I do like it. I think it's really well made. I've been doing a lot of Python stuff, so I've been using PyCharm for most of my stuff. How did you learn to code? I learned to code way back in the mid-90s when on my computer I found this program called QBasic, which was like I think it was a Microsoft version of BASIC. It came on a machine that had Windows on it, and it came with some programs with the source code, and you could mess around with it. So my buddy and I, we taught each other how to program on that. Banana. You know something that would be really annoying? A robot that opens and closes an AirPods case. Oof. I don't know. I don't have AirPods. What would be annoying about that? Anyway, that's that one. What is next? My rocket-powered birthday cake thing.
3, 2, 1, 0.
This one's cool because it's like a real... This is when I start getting too close to making a real product. Now, see, they have a thing called a parachute charge. But it removes it from the cake, so that's good. Actually, if you go in the... I have a lot of extra footage from that. But if you go in the longer version...
Hi everyone, for all your support.
I tried, like this piece, I blew up with an extra motor, and I tried eating it at the end. I was just curious, like, what would it taste like? I don't know how to turn the annotations off.
Why did I take one from the middle?
Yeah, it was fucking disgusting. Even just from the motor, just for a few seconds, it pops out. It tasted like rotten eggs and like sulfur. It was absolute. It was the most disgusting thing I've like ever put in my mouth. But it worked. So this one, I tried to rent. I really wanted to have a really beautiful slow-mo scene. Like, much slower than this. So we had a guy from the Makerspace that I'm a member at film this using his, what's the model of the camera? Like GH10, which has some slow-mo settings. But I wanted one of those real ones, like the slow-mo guys have. So I called some film supply companies in Toronto, and to rent the Phantom for one day, they wanted $5,000. That's not like security deposit. That's just to use it for a day. They wanted $5,000. So I was like, fuck. So we just used his camera. The problem with this, and you can see where I kind of sanded the corners off to make it sharper. The problem with this is the rocket kept tilting. So it wouldn't cut through the cake. It would kind of tilt sideways and not quite cut. So it took a few takes. And I did so many takes, I was like going insane. And the hard part is you can't just bake another cake every time you do a take. So we'd have to try to fix the cake a bit. So we'd go like crooked, fix the cake up, crooked this way, fix the cake up. And finally, I hope, that's my fear. This is what I don't like about this video is some of the repairs. You can kind of see them, so it's hokey. But I love the idea. And I wanted to do something with a rocket engine. So I thought this one was cool. Happy Swedish Guy, I love the tripod, the Tide Pod and Pokemon Go one. Yeah, I like Pokemon Go. You are the Elon Musk of useless shit, says Trevor. Thank you, Trevor. It took a few cakes. Yes, Daniel. That's how I should have said it. So you can see the cake is kind of fucked up, but it worked. And I really want to use that song for it. But actually, yeah, it takes quite a lot of force to cut a cake. It's about the surface area of the whole robot pushing into it. But yeah, I like that one. And this one, a lot of people like this one, the Tide Pod security robot. So let's talk about how this one works.
Now let's look at a dangerous situation. Let's say a baby has gotten to a box of Tide Pods and has opened the lid. So to protect the baby and prevent it from eating a pod, the box deploys a 30,000 volt taser.
It's kind of loud.
Okay, so the baby's hand has been removed. So the baby can no longer grab Tide Pods and is therefore safe from poisoning.
I think this is also when I realized
Dangerous.
there's starting to become a lot of baby violence. You know, it's a duck channel, but there's a lot of stuff about automating things for babies, and the babies tend to get injured a little bit. I mean, for me, it's because what I said earlier, I try to make stuff that work as a GIF, and a baby is very recognizable. This could work for anybody from any country in the world. They don't have to know anything about me. They don't have to have any context about useless robots. They just see a baby. They're like, I know what that is. That's a baby. So that's why the bottle one works so well too, because people see a bottle of milk. They're like, I know what that is. That's a bottle of milk. That's a baby. No information needed. And then it's just slapstick. It just punches the baby right in the face. So how's this one work? So this taser I got off,
the baby.
I think it was Adafruit, or no, it was Spark Fun. It's called a Spark Gap igniter. But it's much more powerful than when you'd use like on your barbecue or something like that. Or a spark gap generator. Yeah, I need more duck related problems. You know what? I can't find the model here. This is it. Retired product. Probably because people are getting hurt too much. And this is the one where I actually kind of hurt myself because I unplugged the power, but it wasn't fully discharged. So I actually did tase. It was off camera, but I actually tased myself on this one. So taser comes
Prevent
up.
it from eating a pod, the box deploys a 30,000 volt taser.
So yeah, and this was actually hard because the baby's hand is an insulator, right? It's rubber. So how do you get it to spark across? So you can't see it on camera, but I took a really small drill bit, and I drilled some really small holes between the baby's fingers here, and that gives the air between so that they could build their charge and actually arc between the fingers. But that took some trial and error. And then it shoots off because I have the baby's hand is has the perfect hole on the end of it to shove into one of those air compressor sprayers used to like clean up a workspace. So just shove the hand right on that, and then you put in air and off goes the hand. See, it sparks much better once the hand is out of the way. And this actually with the shaking, that's not intentional. It's just the voltage was so high. There was feedback and it was interfering with the servo. But it actually adds something to it. It's like erratic.
Okay, so
But it wasn't intentional.
The baby's hand has been removed, so the baby can no longer grab Tide Pods and is therefore safe from poisoning.
Safe. Useless Duck Company. Look, Poland YouTuber. I can't pronounce the name. You click. I do like a Polish beer called Żywiec. It's funny. Okay, we'll look that up. You should use a real baby next time, says Daniel. Okay, that's good advice, Daniel. Thank you. I remember Big Clive's review of these taser modules. Baby's hand has the perfect hole. That's right. Good baby grip, guys. That's actually, it starts to come off really weird on Twitch, because I stream myself building these robots, but I'm like, okay, here's the baby, guys. Now I got to make an incision on the side. We're now passing the tube through the baby. It comes off pretty weird. Alexis, so how are your dogs? Also, can we see those good boys? I think Chewy's asleep, but when he's up later, I'll get him. Yeah, so that's it for that one. Now the talking banana. I mean, this is a 17-minute video. My only commentary on this, if I reflect, is I think I should have made it shorter. I wanted to tell the whole story, but I kind of tiptoed around what the banana was saying because I didn't want to say the N-word in it. I probably could have compressed some of it because the real part I find interesting is later. This part where I'm breaking down the attacks that they were coming up with. Because it was really interesting. I would see it on Twitch in real time as people were trying to get the banana to say the N-word. The only other thing is when the banana caught on fire.
Now the banana takes the sentence. It felt a lot more soft. It's pretty serious. As I mentioned earlier, I kept
Where is it?
through the servos.
It was here. This part was really freaky because in this part there's smoke coming up on the left side of the screen, and I still have some of the burnt parts somewhere. But everything in this is true. Like I was at my friend's house, and I was every once in a while check Twitch on my own phone. Just to make sure the banana's doing okay. Has he stopped working? Because the servos kept failing. And I saw smoke. And it was just, nobody was home. It was actually just my dog was home. So that really freaked me out. I didn't want to set the place on fire with my dog there. So I actually did go out and grab an Uber as fast as I could. I did explain to him, like, my banana. I told him, like, listen, my banana is on fire. My dog's at home. Like, we got to go. But that was, like, heart pounding. I felt, like, almost, like, sick. Like, I was getting, like, cold sweats and stuff. Luckily, in the end, it wasn't too bad because it actually kind of worked like a fuse. The wire got so hot that it disintegrated itself and then cut the power. So it kind of put itself out. But this is when you learn that you play with this stuff. It's no joke. You have to do it safe and you got to do it the right way. Look at that smoke. That damn banana.
Now at this point, I was.
I mean, I love the banana. The banana is here. His eyebrow. What happened to his eyebrow? But that shit was scary. But the phonetic filter has gotten really strong. I haven't stopped working on it, and that's part of an announcement video that's going to be coming up. Is something special with the banana that you guys are going to learn about. But there's no other like behind the scenes stuff for me to really call out other than those servos just kept failing to open the mouth. And I kept getting an issue with sending data, so people's names weren't showing up right all the time. But people really loved it. But it was really hard because it took all my time. All my waking time was watching it, like babysitting the banana to make sure it's okay. But people were sending lots of super chats. So I could almost have it as my living, like some talking banana, if I could have pulled it off in the right way. But in the end, you're just waiting for the next time it's going to say something offensive and you get a strike, or for it to like set itself on fire again. It's a suicidal banana. So I just had to end it. I think I have Death of the Banana. And if you guys don't remember, this is how the banana died. Everybody please type F in the live chat for banana. I'll do it now.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
This poor banana.
I'm sorry I didn't do none of it right.
I better stop showing it actually, because that gets caught by YouTube's filters. So let's shut that down. But yeah, that's how we passed. Yeah, everyone loves the banana. There's something really lovable about it, but I don't know what it is. Is it because he looks kind of like a Muppet? I mean, look at this. Where's my camera here? Look at this stupid thing. I mean, look at this stupid banana. But he's so lovable. And he's got this, like, stick shoved right up his ass. And he talked so much that he started ripping his own mouth apart. So there's almost no material back here. So I had to, like, reinforce it with electrical tape. But he's just such a lovable thing. So they had a Christmas party at work. And I brought in the baby burping robot to entertain some kids. And I actually bought like 50 of these bananas. And I brought them in with all these googly eyes and glitter and stuff. And I had the kids build their own bananas. So they made a ton of bananas that day, which was kind of fun. But they look kind of weird. So there's a lot of deranged, weird bananas out there. But this is like the first. This is the OG banana. But yeah, I don't know why. Even like when I stopped streaming him, I actually like really missed him, almost like he's a real person, which is really weird, because it's just a squishy banana. But I don't know. It's gonna come up on a year. I have the equipment still, so I could reassemble him. But I started getting complaints from subscribers, like I mentioned in the video. People were saying it was non-stop. Let me know what you guys think in the comments right now. But people were saying it was non-stop, always this alert. Because the way YouTube does it is while you're streaming, it forces the alert to the top of your list of subscription videos. So people were nonstop seeing this banana, and they were messaging me saying they were getting sick of it. And I didn't want to lose all my subscribers. But if I made a separate channel just for the banana, it would have no subscribers and nobody would never know of it. So, I mean, I don't know if there's any win situation. The banana just had to die so I could get my time back. But yeah, I miss the banana. I liked when the banana was alive. What did you guys think about that? Did you guys notice that the banana was like harassing your subscription notifications and was being annoying? Because that's the feedback I got. And I wanted to make sure that wasn't happening. Shlomo says they fixed that. Trevor says banana lives matter. Furabep said he was one of the banana haters. But Paul wants more banana. Just do it on Twitch. Yeah, so I actually did make a Twitch channel for that. I think it's Useless Banana Company. But he's only been on a couple times, but in digital form, not in plush form. Yeah, see, it's mixed. Even look at the chat right now. People are mixed about seeing this banana all the time. But yeah, I miss him. I like that banana. JMax says try with Flare TV. Yeah. Anyway, what was next? Oh yeah. So this is actually one where I just wanted to try using motion control.
Over on my...
And Fortnite was really huge. Everybody making a Fortnite video was going right to trending. And I actually had high hopes for this. I thought that this video would like do really well, but it kind of flopped. Like nobody saw it. But the tech actually works. And I did give it away to Milko, who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if you're still here, Milko. But I sent it to Milko in the mail. I felt bad because I sent it quite a bit later. I'm a lazy man. But he got it. And it actually works for any first-person shooter.
A Discord server.
So I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Gyroscope.
And this is where I switched to my new camera, too. This is my new Sony camera, which I think does better colors.
So we can measure rotation, and we can also measure how fast it's moving in X, Y, and Z directions. And we're going to read that information with an Arduino Pro Micro, which is a...
Conva says, what would you have done if you were in the YouTube Rewind, or if you're going to be in the next one? I don't know. I'm never going to be that big. Even like big YouTubers I respect, like Captain Disillusion and Red Letter Media and stuff, they don't get in the Rewind. It's like it's only people who would be like on the Disney Channel now. It's like really, it's those type of entertainers.
Special Arduino that can send mouse movements and keyboard commands to your computer. Windows actually recognizes it as a mouse and keyboard when you plug it in.
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. I always wanted to try using this Arduino because it does work as a mouse and keyboard, which is really awesome. Like as soon as I plug it into my machine, it does think I've just plugged a mouse in. And so the motion tracking. So this took a lot of trial and error though, but I figured it out to get the angles going. But you have to smooth all the inputs because as you move the saw, it starts fucking up with the gyroscope. So you have to put in a lot of code to kind of smooth it. But then it would actually send different keyboard strokes to build different stuff in Fortnite.
Degrees, and then about 45 degrees to make the ramp.
But nobody watched it. This video just kind
And
of
then
died
up
and
a
went
little
nowhere.
bit higher to make the wall.
Someone did post it to the Fortnite sub, but I don't know. They didn't give a shit. This is the part I really liked because it actually works as motion control.
Toggle switch at the
But it's
back,
not-
and you flip it into weapon.
It's not
mode.
practical, but it's cool.
Now this does two things. First, it switches from building to your weapon. And next,
That's right,
it turns
Jay.
on full motion tracking. So all you have to do is point the saw at an enemy and then pull the trigger.
Yeah, I love Red Letter Media. Yeah. This works, but it works and it looks cool, but it's not practical because how do you move? Like, I'd have to have like foot pedals to like make me walk back and forth, and like how do you strafe? I actually tried this years ago for World of Warcraft because I'm such a fucking nerd with Wiimote head tracking. So if you guys had like Nintendo Wii's, the sensor bar was actually not a sensor bar. It was actually just two infrared LEDs. And the controller was the sensor. It had a camera in the front that would find those LEDs and then use them to track what you did with the Wiimote. So what you could do is make sunglasses or glasses with infrared LEDs on them, point a Wiimote at your head, and then do head tracking with it. So I'd play like flight simulators where you're in a helicopter or something, or World of Warcraft. I wanted to make it so if I looked around, I would actually look around. But it was stupid. It kind of worked, but the problem is that those games don't track your head doing kind of translation lateral movements. It only works for turning like that, and then you've looked away from your screen. So it takes away the effect of anything being 3D. Fortnite became pay to win, says Kiwi. Trevor, I would love to see you make projects outside of electronics. Oh, like just a physical robot? Anderson, you need a second pilot, but you gotta be drift compatible. And Brandon, how do you walk? Yeah, you don't walk, so it's stupid. This is just a stupid robot. But it was a little too useful because the comments are like, "This is the useless duck company. You just made a useful thing. What have you done?"
So Milko, send me a direct message.
But it was cool. I got to send that out to. Oh, Milko's still here. Yeah, I got to send it out, so that was nice. That's an idea that came on my Discord because in my Discord I have a section for video ideas. Okay, then the baby burping robot, which I have the baby here. I'll show you guys some cool stuff. So you guys all know this. This one's recent. Okay, so how does this work? How do you automate caring for your baby? So, the baby, as I ruin the magic. Can you guys see this on screen here? Hold on. Let me figure out how to make my video bigger real quick. Video capture. Okay, so, I mean, again, I do this all on Twitch, but it looks weird because it's just me with a knife operating on a baby. But so there's on the far side of the baby that you guys don't see in the video, there's a clear tube that comes in. And that's what I took a pressurized canister that you use for spraying pesticides or spraying stuff on your lawn. And I filled it with like 6 liters of milk. Actually, I learned a lot after this project about the type of smells milk can make that I did not know. I actually don't have a good sense of smell, but I did smell that. Because I had to wipe everything up after with a bunch of towels, and I just threw the towels in the tub in the guest bathroom, and there were smells that I was surprised to smell. But so there was a tube to push the milk through, but you notice there's also electrical wires. That's because there's a servo. I don't know if you guys can hear that, like a little motor sound. So there's a servo in the neck, and my original idea was I wanted the baby head to be like head bashing, like constantly spraying like a sprinkler system, just like up and down. But for some reason I found after 1 or 2 goes, the servo would keep failing. And I had no idea why. I would have to restart the Arduino. So I ended up just having it kick back from the pressure of the milk and then come back down. But it's all fed through the side there. And then it looks gross now because all the super glue kind of dried out. But you can see where the tube, it's all the super glue on his nose. It looks gross. But you can see where the tube is like glued in right there. So it's a lot of stuff. You have to think about a lot of stuff when you're doing something with a baby like this. And there's a new version for, I'm using the same machine again, but with upgrades. And I don't know if I have one of the circuit boards around, but you guys are going to see that pretty soon. Yeah, so that's how that worked. This one, I had weird feelings about this one because I've done a lot of things that are very aggressive with automating babies. But this is the first one where it's like a machine the baby is strapped into. It's kind of medieval. It's like a rack that you put your baby on. And you'll notice this is my first attempt to try to save myself from freebooting. So I mentioned a while ago that people kept taking my videos and cropping my name off the bottom. So now I put udco.ca, and if you go there, it just takes you to my YouTube channel. What I found was people repost it as like shitty quality on Instagram, and the CA gets all blurry, so you can't really see what it is. And I don't know if Americans understand what CA is, like .ca, not .com. But hopefully it worked. I can't really tell, but hopefully that showed some people who saw the meme with my name cut off how they can come find it. Actually, almost every time I see it posted, people say, is this that robot girl? Even though it says right on it, Useless Duck Company, but they keep thinking it's Simone. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Okay, Daniel says, what software do you use for the laser model? What do you mean for laser model? For a bit, I feel like this would harm the child. Very impractical. Well, either way, burping would no longer become a problem, and that's the goal. I feel like this would harm the child. Very impractical. I read that already. Anderson, so much milk. It was a lot of milk. I put a plastic tarp. It's against the wall here. So I put a plastic tarp on the wall back there to catch the milk. And this whole shelving unit is new back there. And there you can see the baby. There's baby stuff going on here. But that's for the future. You guys can't see that yet. But and it didn't smell good. A lot of milk. Mr. Magic Man, this is the first video I saw of you. I'm glad you liked it. .com domains are cheaper than .ca. Yeah, so maybe I should have bought... I think somebody has it, actually. If I go to udco.com, it's like a parked shitty page. Oh, no. It's like... Unholtz Dickey? Amplifiers, shaker systems, baby shaker, what? Slip tables? It's like a real company. Wow, when I saw it before, it was just like a placeholder. Fill baby with explosives. I'll consider that, Trevor. There's a whole country called Canada. Huh, who knew? Says Daniel. Adrian Golden, how do you make the apps for the robots? So normally I make them in PhoneGap. So PhoneGap is this tool where you can basically make a website and you put it in their tool and it will give you the APK file. It'll convert it into an app that'll work on your phone. I didn't do that for the last one though. I've been using this drag and drop one called Thunkable. I would never use this for a production app because it's really limited, but just for triggering stuff, just for triggering things for my robots, it's pretty handy. So it's a drag and drop interface. You just pick what buttons and you could drag on a picture or text and it'll create an app and you could do preview mode on your phone and have the app installed right away. So it seems nice. I don't know how it's limited. Like if you made something by hand from scratch, you'd be able to make something a lot more sophisticated. Message automatically held for review hidden by Jamax. What did Milko say that was bad? Okay, anyway. Jmax, it would be funny for April Fools if you live stream yourself dressed as a banana reading the comments. Okay. Mr. Magic Man is coming back though. Jace, please don't say my... Oh, shit. Cool. Okay, I think we're almost done. And next one. So this was a very short-lived meme, but it's just something I was like, oh, I can make this pretty quick. And I like memes, and I like dead memes. I don't know why, but I just love shitty memes. So there's a meme going around about how they did surgery on a grape, and I thought, how could I make a robot that did surgery on a grape? So here's my stupid shit post that I made. So that, you see the banana's a doctor. So my wife made this whole thing for me, which I love. Look at this whole doctor outfit. She made this thing on the top. She made the little buttons and the little pockets. I don't know where that went. I hope I kept that. But it looked really good. I think the banana, he's such a useful character. You could dress him up like anything. That banana. And the last thing I did was this live stream where I just talk about all my robots and answer questions. So if we look on the comments on this, looks like there's no comments yet.
I don't know where that went.
And yeah, that's it. So there's the banana, and he looks like a doctor. I could see people watching the live stream here. It's a little delayed. But yeah, that's the most recent one.
That banana.
Okay, let's look at some hidden stuff. Let's see, do you guys have any questions for me? I'm going to show some hidden videos that you guys aren't supposed to see that are unlisted because I made them for other reasons, but I just posted them onto my channel. Trevor says, don't eat my chocolate. What's next is something with the baby again, with the burping robot, but with changes. And yeah. Streamception, oh my god. Any plans for April Fools? I don't have anything planned right now. What could I make? If I did like a quick... If I just don't sleep tonight and I made a robot. I saw someone earlier said I should make one that subscribes to PewDiePie. But what does that mean? It just means that my computer would keep subscribing to PewDiePie? Or it'd just be a bot that would make fake accounts? Milko, name of memes. Meme is rude, lol. What got you interested in electronics first? Derek O'Kelly. So, there was an electronics class in high school. I took 2 years of it in high school. It was like grade 11 and grade 12. And I just loved it. Because I like programming. It's just, it's a strange feeling because it takes your programming. Everybody can write little scripts. And it puts it into the physical world. So now when you write a program, like arms move and like things happen. And it still blows my mind. It's just a weird concept that I can write things down and now physical things are happening in space. And it excites me and I like it. Can you upload the final banana stream? Isn't it? Or is it unlisted? I thought it was up. Is this the final one? It might have got deleted or something. There's the old banana. Oh, I missed this banana.
I'm a cat.
Anyway. So it's hidden, eh? Let me take a look. I could unhide it as long as it doesn't send a notification to everybody because I don't want to piss everybody off. Because there's Death of the Banana. I think the stream got deleted, actually. It was corrupt. So when I don't know if YouTube has fixed this, but for my streams that went over like 5 hours, they would go into a mode where they said rendering, and it would just render forever. It would never finish. So I have Death of the Banana. I have Secret Banana Message. I don't think it's here. I think YouTube deleted it. I had like 5 or 6 banana streams like that, where after the stream, it would just say rendering, and it would be weeks would go by, and nothing would happen. So it might be gone. Kiwi Rule, when are we getting a William Osman collab? Kiwi, you go ask William. Don't touch my octopus, says Skulls. Can you bring back the banana, says a couple different people. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make a separate video for this that describes this better, but I think I will give you guys some banana information, okay? People want the talking banana, and the talking banana is, I actually didn't intend to mention this one, but we might as well because you guys keep asking when the banana's coming back. But people want the banana. The banana is really convenient for streaming because there's a growing trend on Twitch where people are doing just casual chat ones, like IRL streams. So it'll be like somebody baking cookies or something like that. So they're not at the computer, but then you can't engage with your audience. You can't read the chats. So they want some text-to-speech, but you can't have text-to-speech because if your text-to-speech says the N-word, you're going to get a strike. So what people need is text-to-speech on their streaming platform that they know is safe and they're not going to get a strike. So what I've created is a site called chatbanana.com, which is locked right now. Oh. Right now it's locked. Let me log in. But if you go on my Discord, you can see I have people signing up. So very soon it's going into closed beta. So the way this works is everyone on Twitch can come to this website for free and make a talking banana that will read their chats. That uses my phonetic filter and it will never say the N-word. All they have to do is enter their channel name. They could pick their voices, how often they want the banana to talk, the pitch, the speed, upload your own custom characters if you want something other than the banana. You could do blacklist, whitelist, phonetic list. Please forgive me because there's bad words showing up on the screen, but it is what it is. It's to block these words. You can make it never skip your subscribers. You can make it never skip donations. The way it works is you get a website that it gives you a link, which basically gives you this cartoon banana that I just pulled up on the stream. And then if I start the banana, you'll notice that if you go to my Twitch page.
Hello. I am a banana.
So this is going to be launched for free for everybody. But it's in closed beta right now. It's not ready. There's a bunch of testing that has to happen. But I've been working on this for months. So I rewrote all the code from the ground up. Because the original code was done in C#. This is done in JavaScript now. If you go to twitch.tv/useless.company right now and type, it will actually say it, even though my Twitch stream is off. But yeah, I hope people like it. It's been months I've been working on these things, on this thing, and I'm gonna release it. I want to do a big proper announcement. And I think there's like 70,000 active streamers. Or I'll see Dr. Real Harpus is having a talk. There's a lot of people streaming on Twitch. My goal is to get 1,000 bananas on Twitch. If I can get 1,000 bananas, that would just make my day.
Greetings.
And I hope it happens. I'm probably there's gonna be a paid version as well. So for free, you get like the banana.
Hello.
And for changing the character will probably be like a paid feature for
banana.
pro users. But so all the free users should have the banana. So I should get 1,000, just to get 1,000 bananas. That's what I want.
Banana am I.
But it's not ready yet. The site is locked. It's not ready.
Hello worlds.
But there, it's working. You guys are making a talk right now. How about pay what you want instead of free? Well, I've been trying to figure out the price, what I want to do. Because I was thinking you can have the banana, the phonetic filter, have some voices for free. And then the more advanced features, like changing the character, don't skip subscribers, don't skip messages for donations, used for paid users, probably $5 a month or something. These would be for people who make money on Twitch.
Hi, YouTube.
And that would give me money to work on it and to like maintain it. But that's the idea.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days.
Look at this stupid banana. Yeah, but that's it. Okay, I'll kill the banana.
I got skipped and I'm sad.
You got skipped. Okay, I'll just put the banana here. Okay, so now there's the bananas talking on Twitch.
Opening curly bracket, closing curly bracket, opening
curly
curly
bracket
bracket, closing curly bracket, opening curly bracket, closing curly bracket, opening 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 curly bracket.
Okay, so let me just kill the banana real quick. Okay, so now videos you guys aren't supposed to see because sometimes I just need a place to put stuff. I did some training. I ran a class at work where I was teaching people how to make robots, and I'm thinking about doing this as a new series on the channel. I've been saying this for a year, but this is the intro song for my new Shitty Robot School session.
Let's all learn together at Shitty Robot School.
So I'm toying with this idea. The idea is really approachable, simple videos about how to make robots like Simone or Michael Reeves or William Osman's robots. Most of the stuff you see on Shitty Robots, very basic for non-programmers and non-technical people. I haven't really committed to it yet, but this is the idea I have, is I could do like every week release a tiny video just to teach people just a little bit more so they could get into it. Where is the open curling bracket, closing curly bracket, opening curly bracket? So yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. So that's on there. Yeah, I've been toying with it, but I haven't committed to it. Oh, this is when Mark Cuban watched my baby bottle robot on MTV. Sometimes I just need a place to put this stuff so I can put it to Twitter.
Okay,
So this is the guy from Shark Tank. Have you guys ever seen Shark Tank?
Obviously, we know feeding babies is a lot of work.
Oh, they contacted me about using the burping video, actually. This guy's like a billionaire. Why doesn't he buy one? This was pretty cool. I've seen a few celebrities look at my stuff.
There you have it for Mark Tank.
Fertibit. I have absolutely no interest in robotics, but I would watch that. Yeah. What up, bitch? Says SparkDoggy2K. Thanks, SparkDoggy. Appreciate that. What else is secret that you guys aren't supposed to be seeing? This is just a clip of me punching a cake, because I thought I would need that. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Secret stuff. For a while, and I made a separate channel for this, I got into finding GIFs on Reddit and then trying to teach myself After Effects by adding sound to them. So I have a few of those on here. Here's one. This one actually got quite a lot of views, I think. This one's almost 90,000 views, but it's hidden. It's not on my channel. But I just saw a GIF and I wanted to add sound. So this is, and I added graphics as well.
Play of the game.
Like this I all added. It was just a GIF of somebody, but I added all this text and everything.
Play of the game.
I actually have quite a few of these because I just like dicking around. But I leave them unlisted because it's not a shitty robot. That would just really confuse people if that showed up. What do we got? Ooh. And Devin says, sell it to him. And where's my goddamn pudding pop, says Trevor. Cake farts. I want the cake punch video to be public. I guess maybe I can make it unlisted. And like this stupid stuff. Like I just add sound effects when I'm bored. And I don't know. I just find something funny about that. The rest of them are on my other channel. I probably have some more here. This is the unlisted video about when I got banned from Reddit, but I had to take it down for reasons. But and we spoke about that earlier, why I was banned and everything. Oh, let's see if I can find Duckbot. Yeah, I stopped doing it, but I put a bunch of them here. This is my other channel. Oh, this is the little Donald Trump one. What was it? I don't even remember this one. What is this one?
And we meet the man who isn't prepared to wait for technology to enable his fantasy and wants to turn his girlfriend into a robot right now.
Activate robot mode.
Obedience is pleasure.
Oh, that one's just a clip I put on there, but oh my god. This one, yeah, I animated a guy's beard. What was this? This was...
The deeply felt puppet theater have come to help. They've noticed it's hard to count seconds without going too fast. So they're going to show us how to count to 10 the Mississippi
Silver
way.
Play button, sure.
Counting the seconds while singing Mississippi's 1. Look at them titties. 2. Look at them titties. 3. Look at them titties. 4.
Yeah, it's a little lowbrow, I guess. Kind of a lowbrow one. Oh, this one I did where someone posted a picture to Reddit of how they hit a deer and part of it was in the car, so I added sound.
We made it, Mother.
Oh, it gets a little dark. And just a bunch of that crap. What else did I do? Well, this one got really popular. Somebody made a gingerbread enterprise, and I edited it into a part of a Star Trek movie. So he made this out of gingerbread, and I was learning in After Effects how to track. There, it looks kind of stupid on the front edge, but I like the part where it hits the ground. Here we go. I like this part where the gingerbread hits the ground. I stopped doing that, but that was fun. Oh, this person made gingerbread cookies that look like Charlie the Unicorn characters. So I grabbed the mouth animations from the unicorn video and then put them on the cookies.
Hey, Charlie! Hey, Charlie, wake up! Yeah, Charlie.
I got
silly sleepyhead,
a lot of Reddit gold for that one.
Oh God, you guys. This had better be pretty freaking important. Is the meadow on fire?
No, Charlie. We found a map to Candy Mountain.
Anyway, you guys get it.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
What else is there? Oh yeah. Yeah, I added the sound effects. This tank guy. Okay, anyway. I think that's it. I've gone through and given background on every single video, and I showed you guys some of the secret videos. Let me go forward on the list. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just wanted to go over like some of the things, like with the Pokemon video about how we like got the dog's haircut at a different time, or in the other Pokemon video, like it took 3 phones to film that sequence where I'm smashing it on the ground. I've just always wanted to tell people that because it's just a hidden thing that people don't get to see. Where's that silver play button video? Yeah, it's here. I made a little clip where it shows the silver play button. Daniel, I Love Ducks is 10 characters. Bob Van Dam, WTF. Just become a meme page, says Dan. I could. Every time there's a new meme, just make a video. Hacking is a crime, guys. JMax says show the silver video. So there it is. It took years. And I finally got it. Okay. Oh, why's my Discord making sounds? How many people do I have here? 92 people. I'm a famous man. Okay. That was amazing. Congrats on the silver play. Thank you very much. It took many years of hard work. And, you know, if I want to keep the momentum going, I know the answer. I know I got to make more videos. But maybe doing Shitty Robot School is the answer to that. Okay. So let's play a game. There's the one where you invent robots, but that one can go kind of sideways. So you need your cell phones for this. Oh, so I got a message from Sibo here. Okay. Maybe I should stop the stream. I wonder if I stop the stream, can I restart it in... because there's going to be too much of a delay. But I want to play Drawful. Or what I really want to play is Quiplash. We've established that Shitty Robot School is necessary. Oh, okay, good. Air to Co 90. Someday I might get a silver button. Harpsitude. Characters. Okay, how can I change the stream? I think I have to stop the stream, and then I can restart it. And every time I do live streaming, I lose subs because people get annoyed by that. So yes, we've lost 2 subscribers, so that's great. What I need to do is stop it and change it to ultra low latency, and then we can play some video games. So let me figure that out. The stream, if you guys stick around if you want to play, the stream's going to go offline probably for like 30 seconds, and then it'll come back up. Okay, let's try. Here we go. This button.